on Family Feud. He goes over, meets one family's.
Wait, who's the other family?
It was a fake family.
You're still angry about it, Bert? It seems like.
I am.
So what you said?
I am.
No, some fucking bullshit
We
ass.
didn't score a point. We didn't score a point. Leanne, they go.
You got shut out.
We got shut
By
out.
a fake family?
Fake family.
It's like serious, almost.
Hey, do you guys want to
We're
start the
gonna fire me
podcast? Can we
once.
talk about this on the podcast?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. All right,
Comedy
make sure to share the mic. So both of you guys have to talk to the mic. Both of you guys have a mic. You and Whitney have a mic, but I have a mic for Whitney too. So we can run a train on Whitney.
Thank you.
A mic train.
Doom, 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 doom.
Wait, what were you saying, Jay?
That I almost got fired from SiriusXM pretty early in the show, right? We came in to the
Year one.
You came in hot.
I came in the studio. No, it was for something like I came and I sat
I remember what it was.
I sat at my station where my thing and the computer was open and it was on like whoever else sits there's Twitter. And so I wrote, "Hey everyone, I'm gay, send." And then I think Fiore, when he was on the show, he goes, "I think the guy who sits there actually is gay." So then I went, "Oh, never mind, I was already gay." Send. And I closed it out. We went on air. It was such a brief, like, fleeting thing that we didn't even talk about it on air. We just moved right on.
I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't. Were you not there?
I was filming Billions.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I didn't even know you.
Way to weasel out.
So I'm innocent.
But no, so I guess the guy who sits there was gay, and it was like a week or something later. I was at Mohegan Sun walking around after a show, and they called me up, and they were like, "We have a problem. Like, Sirius wants to fire you. Like, Comedy Central's like stepping in. So we were still on Comedy Central Radio." He's like, "But they are like," I was like, "For what?"
Well,
They go,
for what?
"Something. You made a gay joke about a guy," and then they told me what it was, and I was like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "That's a thing." And then they go, "Yeah, like if you want to come back." So they talked to the guy, and the guy was like, he wanted an apology, I guess. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I'll give like an empty apology. I just wrote a letter. I was like, "Hey man, sorry that bummed you out. It was just like stupid. I'm an idiot. You know, I thought it'd be funny and whatever." And he's at that thing where he's like, he wrote back. He goes, "That means a lot to me, and I hope that when we see each other in the halls, we could become friends." You're like, "What?"
Like, dude, from my perspective, I got a call going, "Hey, Sirius is going to fire you." And I was like, "For what?" Thinking it was a bit we did on the show. And they're like, "Jay tweeted out that a guy was gay from his Twitter." And I was like, "This is so funny hearing why."
Yeah.
When it's like reduced to actual, they have to go through the beats of why Jay's in trouble. I wasn't there that day, so I had no idea he did it. So it was just a random surprise to me.
Oh, you were there for, they were Sirius, now Comedy Central threatened to fire me once, and not SiriusXM, because the AV Club fucked me over on an interview for my special, and they were like, so I started like talking about it, and they were like, Comedy Central called me and goes, don't shit on the AV Club. I was like, why? And they go, because they like, review a bunch of our stuff. If they have like a stick up their ass for us, they're gonna say, just gonna start shitting on us. I was like,
God.
I don't give a fuck. I was like, no. I go, it's my radio show, so I'm gonna go talk about it tomorrow on the air. So like, you could fire me and I won't go in. But they were like, just if you wouldn't mind talking about it. I went on the air. I gave the lady's name who wrote the article or whatever. But they fucked me good. Like they did it was the only thing for my special that I had to do like homework for, like promotion stuff. And it was like a hate songs was the thing they did on the AV Club. And it was like, pick a song you hate and why. And so I mean, the day of, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to do this. And Kiss from a Rose was playing. So I was like, that. And I made jokes about Seal.
His face?
Yeah. I was like,
That was the funniest little break in time.
That's a good question.
Hold on. I just wanted, before I spoke about the AV Club, I wanted to see if they've ever reviewed anything I've ever done negative. So I want to take a look.
Nice. Figure out which side you're on.
True.
Do your homework.
Yeah. Be on the right side of history, bro.
Listen, Luke Thompson, he was all okay about my movie. He called it a so-so comedy.
well, no, this wasn't even anything. They asked me to do this Seal thing, so I made these jokes, and I was like, I think I said, looks like you got kissed by golf cleats in the face.
God.
A+.
And then,
Nicely done.
yeah, well, the other thing was like whatever it was.
Pinhead.
The last joke was about him, like something hard to believe. Just 10 years ago, he was dancing around white tourists in a boiling pot or something. Now, I get very nervous with stuff like this that I'm going too far. So I asked this lady particularly, and this is what bummed me out so much about it. I go, is that good? Is that all right? Is that what you're looking? She goes, this is great. This is exactly what we're looking for. And then it came out, and there was
what I thought you would say.
It came out, and there was like 2 negative comments right there, and and someone just pointed out to me they removed it, but which is fine. I didn't give a shit about that. They removed it and apologized like for me. He goes, we didn't review this enough, and we don't share the opinion. It was just like a turn around and fuck you to me.
Corporate thing, yeah.
And I tried to call the lady to ask her what it was about, and she wouldn't get on the phone with me, and they go, the AV Club or whatever her name was, like, the wishes not to speak to you any further at this time. I was like, so that's when I was like, I put all that out on socials, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. And then Comedy Central was like, don't. I was like, but they didn't fire me. I just did it anyway.
Also,
like,
Seal was married to Heidi Klum. He's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing
he's
all right.
fine.
Did all right. Yeah.
He's doing all right.
He's got a
they
lot
said I
of
was
money.
racist because I said he was dancing around a cauldron of
No, the people in
white
the past were
tourists.
racist that did that.
Right.
That's a history joke.
I'm just pointing it out.
I got
Do you think if you ever saw Seal, it would be weird? Do you think that got to him?
No, I don't even hate Crazy by Seal is my jam. I have no problem. I don't even hate Kiss. I mean, I don't like Kiss from a Rose, but like it was just on.
Yeah, you just
And I was like, oh, all right.
like this.
It's just all I had to do the thing that day. Like they called me and I forgot I had to do this like bit with them. So I
Wait,
just-
where was it on though? What were you listening to?
I think it was in a store or something when I saw the
It was
thing.
like
It
in
was
a wall. You were just in a Walgreens. This will do. You're
Yeah, I think it was Rite Aid on. I think it was Rite Aid on the corner of my street where I lived on Fifth Street there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, "Oh, all right, this song sucks."
I woke up this morning being canceled by the polyamory community.
Oh,
Today?
good.
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Here we go.
I archived the post. I
What was
archived it.
what was your take that got them?
So, you know, on Instagram stories now, if a story does really well, they say this story did well. Do you want to turn it into a reel?
Yes.
I was like, all right, sure.
Yeah.
You know? And it was like a cute, you know, when you're in the airport and you're like, ask me anything. I don't know. And someone said, like, are you into polyamory? And I was just, my flight was fucking canceled. I was in like a shitty mood. And I was just like, no, I'm not into polyamory because I don't want AIDS and I don't want chlamydia. And I just listed, I don't want hepatitis. I don't want.
That's how I got in trouble.
And
I'll
I was
tell
like,
you.
I don't want hepatitis A, B, and C. I just went on, and I think I just said something.
I love that you run through all the possible. I don't want hepatitis A, B, C. You know, they all carry it. I love that you got.
I don't want
Your
shingles.
brain started to untangle the rope of like, I'm going to find the bit. I'm going to find the bit.
It's great. It's stories. It's not a fully cooked joke. You're just,
Yeah.
like, you know. And then I said, like, I don't even know what polyamory means. Like, why? Like, why? Well, I was like, why can't guys just cheat? Like, I miss the good old days where we just cheated on each other, and that there, you know, there was
You
a
don't have to
history.
become sister wives with
And-
some chick.
yeah, like I have to fucking
You
learn
were
to
saying
Latin.
this to camera?
I have to get a thesaurus every time you want to fucking cheat. Like I don't know. Like I didn't realize.
It's just a bunch of cuck dudes with one hot chick who's got big tits, and they're good. Hey, Brenda, did you see what they're writing about us?
I don't know. I feel like I've worked my whole life trying to be monogamous, and they come for me. They're like, "You're fucking ignorant. You're ignorant.
Damn, you just
Yeah.
lost that.
Ignorant."
Yeah, that is ignorant. That's what ignorant means. Like you don't know something. People make ignorant sound bad. It's
No, but
not
I
bad.
know. But I know. No. I know. No. Hold on. I know what polyamory is.
It's
I'm
bad to be ignorant.
I'm Big Jay Oakerson, and I am ignorant.
I am
But
ignorant.
am I not allowed to make fun of it?
You can make
should.
fun of
You
it.
should.
Yeah, but you're not
You
going
should.
to
Ignorant of it.
You're
I
just
make
not gonna
fun
get-
of monogamy too. We make fun of all. It's like
Just
making
good
fun of
luck.
gay people. We make fun of straight people too.
Yeah.
Like what? Why?
I hate to have my marketing brain take over, but it's a misstep on yours because you're really selling 3 tickets for every couple. So if you could
true.
get the polyamory group, that's the 3
Right.
tickets sold right there.
Yeah,
True that.
I mean, I just,
No,
I
but-
hate to, that I have
And
a
all it
business
takes is
mind.
one fan in the group to be
No.
like, "No, we're all gonna have such a great night, and then we'll
is
come
it
home
worse?
and do our weird fuck thing."
Worst case scenario, you stop getting invites to sex groups.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
am I ignorant? Is that stupid? That
No.
Ignorant
They're
doesn't
childish.
mean stupid though.
But are they the current subjugated
they're- I think
community?
they're-
No,
I think
nobody
they're
cares.
Am I
trying to be.
punching down?
Nobody cares.
They want to think they are.
Yeah.
Aren't they doing great? You get to fuck whoever you want. And
No,
you're mad at me?
you should take his double blowjob seriously. He's like, I'm getting double blowjobs. You don't
I think they're
They're
moving
being
up in the
selfish
ranks.
together. That's what polyamory is. It's a bunch of
Yes,
self-centered
totally.
people combining to be selfish together. They're children.
So it's the first time I've ever like taken a post down. It was.
You took it down?
Yeah, it was
Really?
vitriolic. Yeah.
Give it to me. I'll use it to sell tickets tonight.
Yeah.
They're not into
We're gonna be good.
Hey, groups of couples come out to the show tonight to stone Whitney. It was wild. It was wild. They just came hard at me. I
No,
should
I got in
read some of the
trouble
comments.
recently.
Sorry.
Weird
text.
community to come after you.
What a sexy.
I didn't realize they know how to like pull together.
Yeah, what a sexy enemy.
Me and my lovers are furious.
They have to do double kisses where they go, "We hate you." Don't we? Don't we hate them?
Come on,
paramour is
sexies.
furious.
Let's get out of here.
Who would you get in trouble with?
With the
Byron
Drake thing.
Allen.
But dude, that was Byron Allen all the way.
That's Byron.
He goes, "Oh man, that kind of stuff's funny." Cipha, you had a little trouble recently.
It's like, what's going on in
He goes,
New York?
"That's crazy. They tried to cancel you for that."
No.
Bert, I understand when you were 22, you had a little dance with the Russian mafia.
I got with the whole Drake and Kendrick situation. I was in Toronto.
I remember.
Yeah, I was in Toronto. No, you texted me.
Oh, I texted
It was right after I left you. I left Nashville. We were in Nashville, and I go to Toronto. I'm doing shows with Chappelle, and I just hired this social media guy. So he takes the pictures from the show, and he puts the Kendrick song in the Instagram post. And then Drake's producer 40 hit me up with some violent text. Like, I knew. First of all, he's like, "I knew you never liked us. What if someone made a song about you, calling you a pedophile, and I played it in your city?" And he's like, "And next time I see you, I'm gonna smack you in the mouth."
I'm trying to think of a guy driving around Aurora, Colorado with one of those giant things on his hood, on the top of his car going, "Dan is a pedophile. Dan is a pedophile." No,
Wait, that's what the Kendrick and Drake beef is about?
No.
No,
Oh,
is
about
that the song?
Oh,
He's
that's
calling-
one
Last
thing.
song is
That's
about
one of
him
many
calling Drake
things.
pedophile.
Wow.
They say Drake talks to young girls. Whatever.
And trans women, right?
I never heard that one. What song is that? What's
Well,
this
sounds
record?
like you're
I think that was the
ignorant.
show.
Are you
That
ignorant
was the
about
show.
this
Are you
subject?
saying he's poly? He's poly?
Paula Dent with those teeth. I mean, his teeth are definitely not real, right?
Yeah. So, but Bert texted me because it went viral. Like, oh, 40 threatened Cipha Sounds, whatever. Bert was like, "What happened here?" But it's fine. But Toronto's like my second home. And now there's people in Toronto like, "Oh, you can never come back. Don't come to these streets."
that's got to be. Yeah.
Have you heard of that? When you have to ask for a pass to go to a
Yeah,
city?
we check in.
Have you ever heard of that? You check in?
Oh yeah, you gotta check in.
That's why they did that. They did that to Lil Wayne. I saw a video where Lil Wayne's getting in the car and like, "You never checked in.
Yeah.
You never checked in." And then the guy is like, legit. That would suck if you had to check in and see.
Yeah, check in, yeah.
But that's also kind of tedious if you're the guy they're checking in with. You're like, "What?" Yeah, it's fine. Coming to Houston? Okay, cool.
No,
great.
that's
All
not-
I
right.
hate to say my marketing brain once again, but he should be a travel agent.
Yeah.
And be like, "I'm double dipping this. Yes, you're checking in. Can I arrange your flight for you?"
Some places you check in are not that bit. Like if you go to check in Detroit, that's kind of where it started. But if you're the guy that has to check in with the LA people, like that's a lot of checking
Non-stop.
in.
We're going by
Worst
county.
City or like El Reno, Oklahoma.
He goes, "I'm gonna have to hire somebody to do my check-ins."
You gotta check in.
Yeah,
Did you check
Janice,
in?
get in here. What are the check-ins today? Bun B is coming to town next week.
Comedy check-ins are like just old road dogs that live in certain cities.
Lenny Clark's playing a small theater up the road.
Did you check in with them?
Checking in.
Wait, do you check in with Rogan when you go to Austin?
Yeah, that's what you got. You got to check in with Rogan when you go to Austin.
I always check in. I check in with Shane, Rogan, and Tom. I go, "Hey guys, I'm in your city."
So you know, just so they'll put the word out so you're safe in them streets.
Yeah.
True. I guess you got to pay too, though. If you check in, wouldn't you have to like pay the person? Otherwise, it's like
Depends. It depends if you want security.
Is that what happened? Did
Or-
Biggie not check in when he got to LA?
No, Biggie. That's a whole different story. That was crazy.
Biggie.
Yeah.
Didn't ever checked in.
Checking in started in Detroit with that guy. Who's the guy that's eminent? The big guy. Oh, damn! I forgot his name.
Kid Rock.
No.
Dre.
There's a big gangster. Barry Gordy. You had to check in with Barry Gordy.
That's crazy. That'd be crazy.
Mr. Motown?
Yeah, that'd be crazy if Motown had
The problem was-
I'll get back to singing a song
All
about
the-
Sunday. That's fucking crazy.
Like
You gotta check in with his
rappers
son,
would go
Rockwell.
to Detroit and they would bring their own openers or whatever, and they would do a show, and then like all the local Detroit artists were like, hey, this is our town.
Yeah.
And then like if you don't, you got to at least put somebody from our town on your show, or you're not gonna have a show. Damn. And then you got to like, hey,
remember when Pete Davidson started some beef with Kanye, or I guess he was dating Kim. What am I saying?
Yeah.
And I was with someone who
I guess they're just starting a beef
also
with Kanye.
Kanye started that.
But like he was like, I can't go to Houston right now. It's not a good idea. Like it was like, is that real?
Yeah. For sure. Because Kanye's, you know what I'm saying? It's a little crazy.
Why Houston?
I don't know. I think.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know if Houston was real. I think Pete was just trying to get out of a show.
Dude, every time I'm not moving tickets,
cancel this. I got it.
If I can't move tickets, I'm gonna be like, Kanye's after me, guys. I really can't do this show.
He said tonight's the night.
Yeah.
And
dude, it's so funny. It's like saying you have diarrhea when you want to get out of a shift at a restaurant.
Yeah.
You're like, it's just Kanye's coming after me again.
Isn't it all crazy that this tour is selling more tickets than Jennifer Lopez? Is that wild?
What's her new tour called? Like I'm just Jennifer, I think. I think it's like
She's just been a lot
They
of stuff.
canceled the whole thing.
They canceled it?
The
yeah,
whole
she
thing.
wasn't like.
The title of the tour was
It was
nice.
weird. When we were in Austin at the
back.
Moody Center, the guy driving us around was like, "We got a lot of shows coming through, but this Jennifer Lopez show is not selling any tickets."
Dude, that's crazy.
He
with
just,
the
the driver
driver
said it to me, and I was like, "I don't care. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do."
videos, she's playing to like 20,000 seat arenas, like 5,000 tickets are told, none of the ones on the side. It's wild.
No, she canceled because she wants to spend more time with family.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be
I
real.
heard she's going to just
She
start doing
can't wait to
stand-up.
meet her family.
she still looks fantastic.
She does look
Let me see.
amazing.
I'm telling you.
J-Lo's-
By the way, hey J-Lo, I will pay you your guarantee if you open for me on my next arena tour, and we'll sell the tickets. It'll be fucking sick.
A J-Lo spectacular
J-Lo-
before your comedy.
J-Lo's a fucking
her do-
show.
have her do a
J-Lo's a
set, too.
fucking show.
Sure.
It's just that I don't know. I think it's ticket prices is number one
Yeah.
what it is. It's not J-Lo's show.
It's
It's
just me.
that agents, and I'm not shitting on agents, but agents know this already. They've jacked up ticket prices so high on a lot of these shows that these shows are just unaffordable to a J-Lo fan. And so J-Lo fans can only fill those bottom bowl seats are the same price as those first tier seats. And everyone's like, well, fuck, I'm not going to pay that much money to go up there. It's going to be the thing. Ticket prices will come down for everything. I'm not going to say the names of the band, edit them out. Hard time selling tickets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, but everyone got caught up with the Taylor Swift and Beyonce prices that went so crazy that everybody tried to at least like get close to that or match that. It's like, no, that's the hottest thing right now. You were hot back in the day and you still can put a great show together, but you can't charge Taylor Swift prices.
My J-Lo interaction is one of my favorite whiffs of just choking with somebody. I play the strip club DJ in Hustlers.
You
And
do?
Yeah. And we have
shit.
and we have one scene where she hands me money.
It's pretty great.
I played a strip club DJ. It's the same.
Josh
same,
Adam Myers wasn't available for the role, or
well,
what?
same.
So
casting,
it's a documentary?
Same casting people as Louis, and in Louis season 3, they cast me to play a strip club DJ in an episode, and the same lady was like, "Hey, would you want to do that again in this movie, Hustlers?"
Great.
I didn't have to audition or anything. It was great. So they, so I got the part. So one scene, she's like handing me money and say like, play me something good, whatever, and I go, whatever you say, but every time they took a break. She'd put like a robe on and she would kind of like sit there, but she seemed very nice. So I was like, I don't know why I'm over planning it, probably stoned. And I go, at some point she's going to turn, and poor Dan's heard this so many times. She's going to say something at some point to the effect of, how's your day going? How you holding up or something?
No.
And I'd planned in my head to just say, just living the life of a fake strip club DJ. That'll make her giggle or something, right? And instead of waiting for that moment, the next time her eyes just crossed my face, I went, living a life, fake strip club DJ. And she went, what? And then her assistant started laughing, and I went, and I go, I'm going to go get a Diet Coke. And they go, we'll get you a Diet Coke. I go, no, I'm going to go get it. They go, we need you on set. I go, please let me go get a Diet Coke. I need to reset.
You just bombed in front of Jay.
I just want to know. I go,
No,
I'm going to
she's
say,
not.
and as soon as she looked at me, I was like, she's going to say, I'm just living the life of fake strip club DJ.
No, she's not the
You
one.
jumped your line.
She's like, what?
She's not the one for those. She's not small talk.
She didn't get it.
No.
She was like, Excuse me?
Not
I'm
at
like,
all.
Well, TikTok, it's all over TikTok that she doesn't tip. And TikTok doesn't play that shit. Like, it's like the same way that like pedophiles get murdered in prison. Like, even murderers are like, we don't hurt kids.
too much.
Like, TikTok, like, their line is like, if you don't tip, we're not going to support you anymore.
Yeah,
All
but
these
it's
videos
not
around.
her though. She never pulls out the card. Like, it's people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say this. Hang on. I don't walk around with a wallet. You know that, Pete. I haven't paid for anything because I'm always with Pete. He always has a card. But I am
notoriously tips shitty.
But you'll make sure, yeah.
I am aggressive. I do it to Leanne because Leanne also pays for everything, and I'll go, "Ho, you gotta tip really big.
But
Yeah.
if you're that big, you have to tell your people.
Everyone knows
yeah.
you gotta tip big."
Listen, I'm friends with her. I'm not defending it. I'm saying she's so far gone.
Yeah.
I don't even know she doesn't even know who she would tell
Yeah.
to tip big.
But then she needs to figure that out.
Yeah, well
That's not an
but
excuse.
it wasn't brought to her attention until now all this stuff happens.
Okay,
Now.
I'm
Kim-
sure. And look,
did little
she's
Kim
a very
tip
good
big?
friend of mine too. Kidding. But she also, there's a video of Ben Affleck putting $1,000 down, I guess, and then she takes it back.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Ooh,
That's bad.
That's a tough look.
It's tough.
That's a tough look.
And then
No.
Hold on.
what are the waitress-
If no
what
one's
are the waitress
looking
look
and you
like?
don't think anyone's looking, and there's $1,000 and you go, maybe I'll take
No,
$100.
but-
That's just bad karma.
I bet you the server like flirted, or she
That's
thinks
what
the
I'm
server
saying. That's probably
flirted.
a hot young
Yeah.
waitress. No, that's a marriage fight. That
Yeah,
is just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right, you start tipping
Oh, but
a
if
hot
you're
young
that
waitress
server
$1,000
and you saw that money get laid down and you're like, yes, and she took it back.
What?
yeah, he was probably
you
like,
fucking
this,
bitch.
he was like, this server's so pleasant. I just really like her.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like there's all these like servers
No,
and
she got
people
so many
in
bad
airports
stories.
coming forward being
Yeah.
like, this
This
happened, this
kind of
happened.
service a lot anymore.
Her attitude's great.
Now the
Yeah.
shit now, but now that's tipping. I always tip big. But when they hand you the machine and it's already on 25 lit up,
Shit. Yeah, the tipping culture is out of control.
It is out of control.
Iced coffee should not end up costing me $9.
Yeah.
And
Like,
they're
it's
looking right at you. They're
Yeah.
watching you hit.
why, but like
And it's shit service. Like, they get to bring the computer to your table now.
Oh,
They
yeah,
don't even
yeah,
have to
yeah.
run around anymore. It's fucking exhausting.
But also, everyone's so broke. I don't know. I mean, who's going to
listen,
serve it?
But my thing is like,
I don't know.
my thing is like, it's on the 25%, and 25% is $18.19. I'm like, I was gonna give you $25. Like,
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah.
$100, I was gonna give you 25. And it's just like, do I just press this? Now do I gotta press custom and type? You know what I mean? Also, I don't like the way you handed it to me with the 25
Yeah.
already on.
It should-
I was
How do
gonna
you
more
want
than
someone
that.
to hand you a muffin for 25%?
No,
tip?
hand
like,
me the
what does it have to look?
Kneel,
Oh.
take a knee. Take
Yeah,
a knee. And,
There's a muffin.
my lord.
What does
I'll tell you
yield
what, there's
25?
maybe no, and it doesn't matter the color of the servers at the comedy club, but comedy club servers are very big on the black people don't tip like they.
Yeah, they're pretty racist. Yeah, they're pretty openly.
I mean, black servers at the Columbus Funny Bone one time. I had like years ago. I had like very light audience, and I was like, "Sorry, girls." And they're like, "That's all right. They're paying us." We had like Bruce or something last week, and they were sold out. And nobody made money.
Oh, your light show made more money than Bruce Patch show.
Just like on drink sales. and
I
I
shit.
mean, dude, tipping heavy. When I was a waiter, Martina McBride, I will always love because her husband and her tipped me fucking fat on a lunch because they were like going to do some like Good Morning America. I don't know, something over in Rockefeller Center, and they came into our restaurant, and her husband was like, "Hey, we got to get out of here quick." And I was like, "I got you." I put their food in fast. Got him a bunch of Cokes. He drank like 6 Cokes at lunch. And then I went to pick up the thing. You had to cash out with the bartender. And there was a $100 bill for like, I don't even, like a $70 lunch. And I was like, he's like, "Oh, you can keep the change." And I was like, "Shit, that's nice. $30 on a $70 check." And I went, and then the bartender was like, "Yo, there's $200 bills here." And I was like, "Oh shit." And I went back to his table and was like, "Hey, I think you fucked up. They might have been stuck together." He's like, "Nah, that's all you." And I was like, "I love you and your wife. Your wife is the best artist I've ever heard in my life."
Dude, do you realize
How
what
rate-
the
how
story
rate-
you just told? I don't know who Martina McBride is.
Oh, she's a country star.
But the fact that you have never forgotten her name,
Oh, yeah.
that is why a big tip matters.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
that
know, I'll
fucking
tell you-
made, that
I'll
made
tell you
my
what I
week.
don't- I'll tell you what's
Leanne, you will
uncomfortable
not get
right now.
Leanne to talk bad about James Hetfield. There's
Yeah.
when James Hetfield not only tipped her big, he got her out of a fucking situation where a guy at her table was berating her.
Really?
Yeah, and then
What?
anyone who's ever James Hetfield's a fucking gangster.
Yeah, fuck
He walked
yeah.
over and was like, hey, you will not talk to her that way. Do you understand? She's a fucking person too. Young lady, walk away. I got this. And Leanne was like, oh.
Can you imagine getting dogged out by the lead singer of Metallica? That's
crazy.
Where's like, you will not.
I love social justice moments like
Me
that,
too.
where somebody like doesn't have to be James Hetfield, but anyone just sticks up for somebody in a customer service.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Or dude, being on a plane and someone's acting up, I'm always like, this is my channel.
Yeah, it's my
I
shit.
love it. There was this
I
bitch
love
who was
it.
being like wildly racist. I don't know what's going on with people on planes now. They're taking edibles and losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
They're in their
happening.
I gotta tell you,
Pajamas.
I'm stoned and it's sticking with me that back to back, me and Dan told stories of, I hear black people don't tip, and Dan goes, country western people do.
Well, that's just part of reparations. If they're never going to get it, they're like, let's just tip less until we're equal.
That should be the first step of reparations. Is just going, hey, just
You don't have
Biden
to
was
tip.
like, and black people, you don't ever have to tip again.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's
like,
it.
oh, you got my vote.
I think they solved it. They're like, thank you. That's it.
Finally.
I am so excited for this sponsor. Get ready, Fry fans. Checkers and Rallies. I grew up on Checkers and Rallies in Tampa. Home of the mouthwatering seasoned fries is gearing up for National French Fry Day in a big way. From July 1st through the 12th, they're giving you the chance to win big with their fully loaded Fry Pass sweepstake. Winners will receive fully loaded fries for a year. That's enough for one regular size, fully loaded fries each week for 52 weeks. 1 year of decadent and delicious fry delight. To enter, simply visit frygiveaway.com. No purchase necessary. And it's open to U.S. residents aged 18 and older. They're picking 100 lucky winners, so don't miss out. But wait, there's more. In honor of National French Fry Day, now falling on a Friday from July 12th, to July 14th, Fry fans can score a free regular size, fully loaded fries with any purchase through the Checkers and Rallies Rewards program. Just download the app and become a member of the Checkers and Rallies Rewards program to claim your free fries. It's that easy. So mark your calendars and head over to Checkers and Rallies this National French Fry Day. Whether you're craving classic seasoned fries or fully loaded goodness, there is something for every fry lover. So join the celebration at Checkers and Rallies. Is there anything better than sitting down with a nice cigar to unwind from the day? I would say no. I love having a cigar to celebrate. After a great show, I'm going to do it tonight. We're in Paducah, Kentucky, and I will be having a great cigar. This podcast is sponsored by Cayman Cigar Company. They make premium cigars using the highest quality Caribbean tobacco, and their cigars are hand-rolled by master cigar rollers. What makes Cayman so unique is they're the world's only premium cigar company to donate 100% of net profits to charity. Every dollar they don't use to roll cigars goes back to local and international charitable organizations, from creating entrepreneurial opportunities for marginalized populations to supporting the self-sufficiency of those in addiction recovery to providing specialized assistance to our U.S. veterans. Just for Bertcast listeners, they've created a custom sampler pack so you can enjoy all their top cigars in one pack. Head to CaymanCigars.com/Bertcast to check out the sampler. Cayman offers a collection of premium cigars to fit any taste, from silky and refined to rich and bold. That is my jam. Whether you are a curious first-time user or a true cigar aficionado, which I got to be honest with you, I don't know if any of us ever will get there, but I feel like I know what they have. We have a collection sure to excite your palate and add to your cigar experience. And that is my favorite thing, is trying something different that you didn't know. I talk ad nauseum about every time I find a new cigar. It's my favorite thing in the world is finding a new cigar. So enjoy a cigar and give back to those in need. Head to CaymanCigars.com/Bertcast to check out our sampler while supplies last, and use code Bertcast for 10% off your order. Once again, that's CaymanCigars with an S.com/Bertcast for 10% off, and make sure to use my promo code Bertcast so that they know I sent you.
Wait, what do you say to people on a plane?
No, people on planes. Like there was this woman. I don't know if people are on drugs. Like what was the consensus of the woman that lost her mind and she was like fighting ghosts on planes?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was just nuts.
That motherfucker's
She was
not
just
real.
on, but she
Yeah.
was on something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't know if weed became legal and then everyone started like fighting, you know, ghosts on planes. And this woman just like went up to this black, do we say stewardess? What do we say?
Steward.
Flight attendant? Okay.
Steward of the flight.
Sorry, okay, sky waitress?
Sky bitch.
That's sky whore.
Yeah. Cloud slut.
Almond lady, I don't know, whatever you want to fucking call it.
Chip bitch.
Yeah. pretzel slinger.
And she just was like, like pilot side piece. I mean, I don't know what. Do they get paid well?
No.
Okay.
Oh, what the airline people?
So it's all
When you
overseas.
get tenure, I
I dated a flight attendant for a while.
Really?
And Delta. They fly for the rest of their life. Them and their family fly for free. So this young lady that I dated, her whole family still flies for free. And it's all based on seniority, so that you get better routes the longer you work there. The thing with being a young flight attendant is you get the shit route where you got to do all the small connecting flights, then you bump up, and then all the OGs are like London to LAX, and then they stay in London for 3 days and then fly home, and then
like they get to pick their route. So like if they live in Minneapolis or whatever, they'll just go to like Chicago, Detroit, and like a few times in a day. Like, so they still go home at the end of the night.
And then they treat you, I mean, there's some that have tenure. Like, you know, when you see like an older flight attendant and they're like, hey, sweetie, hey, honey. And you're like, the HR doesn't apply to you. Like, they can just say whatever the fuck
they're from
want.
the old school.
Yeah,
we can
I'm
smoke
like,
on the plane.
Yeah, I'm like, this bitch will never get fired. Like, she said, but mistreating people, like, that just really pisses me off. And this woman was like, just being real racist to a black flight attendant. And I just like, I was like, this is it. This is my, because we don't get to fight with people. We don't get like, you know, it's like we have these like very, like I have a very specific set of skills that I've acquired over a long career, but I never get to fight with people anymore. So I just like fought with this woman. On
the plane?
Yeah, and like kicked
in the
her
air?
out. It was great. Yeah, and the stewardess was like, go for it.
I'll tell you, the best seat in the house isn't being involved in the fight. It's being the guy in 2A that's like, oh, fuck, this is actually happening.
Yeah. I was like, we just went at each other. And it was just,
I would have loved that on a
it
flight.
was so fun.
The
I've
person
never
next
seen
to
a
you was in a
flight
fight, and then they just look at you and like, can you believe? You're like, I'm not lying. I'm not aligning with
People
you.
don't get it. They don't get involved anymore either. They just
stay
let
out.
you go at it. I flew
film it.
Spirit
Yeah,
Airlines.
exactly.
Spirit Airlines. No one filmed it. I was like, is anyone filming this?
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines, dude. There's a fight pretty much every flight.
Oh, every flight.
Why are you flying Spirit Airlines?
Because I'm a man of the people, and every now and then I have to go to Minnesota.
I had a flight where the guy was fighting with the flight attendant before it was out of Edmonton. He was fighting with the flight attendant before I got on the plane. I got on the plane, 7 a.m., fucking wasted. Go to put my metal bag up above him, and because it's metal, it slides, and it lands on his face, and it breaks his nose.
What?
It breaks his sunglasses.
All right.
It breaks his reading glasses. Now, I am appalled at my behavior. I am like, oh my God, I'm so drunk. I'm like, I'm getting in trouble. So I'm like, oh my God. I said, sir, I am so sorry. His nose isn't bleeding, but you can see where the bag hit his face, and his glasses are broken. And I'm like, buddy, I fucked up so bad. Please let me fix this. Please. I said, I'll pay for your glasses. I'll pay for your flight. He goes, you can't afford these fucking glasses.
Ooh.
And I was like, all right, now we're fighting. So I was like, by the way, Canada. So I got about 6,000 ducats in my pocket, or whatever they're called, loonies. And so I was like, because it was all cash back then.
Right.
And if you did that Rick Bronson's room, you could sell double merch. I have $6,000 in fucking Canadian cash in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I said, please let me make it up to you. How much are your glasses? And he goes, you couldn't afford them. And I said, just give me a number. He goes, $1,500. I pull out $6,000 and I break off $3,000. And I go, this is for your troubles. I am so, all of first class was like, this guy's a fucking drug dealer. Give him the money, sit in my chair. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous. Flight attendant comes over with a drink for me and says, thank you. And I went, this guy believes it's a conspiracy, that the flight attendant had asked me to break his nose and that we are in on it together. And he starts fighting because he's already fighting with her.
He was fighting before you got there.
Before I got there.
Oh.
His wife then says, your glasses were $700. And he goes, behind me, he comes up with all my money and he goes, hey man, they weren't that much. And he goes, I go, please take $1,000. Please take $1,000. So we land and the police are waiting in Arizona. And I get off the plane. I'm like, oh God, I'm getting arrested. They arrest the fucking guy.
Shit.
He broke his glasses, broke his nose, lost money on his fucking glasses because his wife fucking ratted him out, and they fucking arrested him because he was berating that woman because he thought we were in a conspiracy. And that woman loaded me up with cocktails. Fucking
And then what's the arrest for? Fraud or just harassment? Yeah.
Yeah.
You said about Edmonton being able to sell double merch. It was my one and only time in 27 years, whatever, that I tried to sell merch because they go, bring merch. People buy merch at this club. And this is before Square or any of the ways you could take shit like that.
They wouldn't allow Square.
But they'd put you at the bar next to the ATM, and I had the shirts all. The first person who walked up to me came up and goes, he goes, yeah, let me get 2 shirts, like for me and the lady or whatever. I'm like, sure, $40. And he hands me the card, and I go, oh, I don't have a credit card thing. I go, but the ATM's right there if you want to get cash. And the guy looked at the ATM and me back and forth like 6 times while tapping the credit card so loud on that bar. And he goes, no. And he walked away, and I bounced everything back up, and I gave everything merch I've ever had in my life. I just given away. I've no.
Well, you can't take
that
it.
hurt me so much.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
That was a great merch club. Ari, you got a good guarantee from Rick Bronson, and Ari called me and he said, bring double the merch. And I said, I'm not doing it. He said, buddy, bring double your merch. So I brought 2 suitcases full of shirts and was sold out by early show Saturday.
Really?
I mean, but it was the oil boom up there. So they had extra money, and they were all like, I mean this with respect, but the majority of people coming to my shows were all like manual labor dudes who were just thick with cash. They were buying sleds, they were buying fucking big trucks, and they just were having a fucking blast.
There's like young tatted dudes too who had like
big
tons of
fucking
money.
hands, with calloused hands.
The amount of affliction shirts that were in those audiences sparkling back at you.
But they go to work for like a month at a time out and stuff. Yeah.
And they just cake up. They just got so much money. Like,
Yeah.
Did anyone else do the mushrooms last night?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Changed everything.
All I know is that when the guy rolled up in the wheelchair, I started bawling, crying, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
I was like, I can't stop crying.
Yeah, it hit me as well.
man, you guys almost made Bobby relapse last night, man. It was just tons of drugs
At one
in front of him. He was like looking at the bottle like,
I know. It was
Nicely packaged. Yeah.
My
nicely
daughter's
packaged.
so evil. I was she called me yesterday and I didn't answer, and I go, hang on a second. I go, I got to call you back in a little bit. I go, this is happening right now. And I took a picture of you with the guy in the wheelchair. And she wrote, so let me see if I can explain this right. What she wrote back indicated so much to me. She goes, wait, does he have one of those robot voices?
Oh, shit.
The fact that she started with the word wait lets me know she saw the picture and started falling to pieces laughing. And then she goes, wait. Does, like, you know what I mean? Like she broke laughing to type that. Made me laugh too, but the dark part. You can cut that.
It is funny.
you don't have to keep that.
You can cut that out if
His
you want.
mom's very sweet, and it was his birthday. And so I was like, well, can we do a shot together? And they all looked at me like, how's he going to do a shot? And I was like, okay. I was like, well, we have weed. And they're like, he smokes weed. And I was like, cool, do you want to smoke weed? And he was like, nodded. And I was like, all right. And then I realized I had to put it in his mouth.
no, you said out loud, how do we do this?
Yeah. Team effort.
Tape.
And when you had to put it in, like you yelled it. That's great. Man.
The first one I shotgunned in his mouth. I was like, whoa.
Do you think he hates? Do you think there's a part of him that's like, I don't want it like this? Why are you doing it like that, dude? Just put it in my fucking mouth.
straight up Jimmy Savile.
He was cool. He was cool, and his brothers and his whole they were really cool.
They're
They're really cool, and I think I don't know. I wondered. Like I was laying in bed last night. I was like, what happens when he gets too high? Like that's got to be because like I got too high last night, and I have when you get like a little phlegm in your throat and you can feel it rattling, and you're like, I got to clear this, and you're like, oh God, here we go. And then your brain starts getting, you're like, all right, I'm gonna sit up. Leanne's like, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm just, and I was like, oh fuck, I thought of that kid, and I was like, I wonder what he does when he gets too high. He just fucking sits in it.
I knew I was too high when I was by the marshmallow table and I was just eating marshmallows regular. And Leanne, I turned around and Leanne's looking at me and she goes, that's gross.
This is starting to look with the couches and the lighting like a support group as everyone's going through it. I knew I was too high.
I was. Well, we went around and we did a game where we were trying to do like things that we learned about each other on tour. Yeah. Right? We did that game. That was cute.
Yeah.
We got some good ones.
Oh, I wish
nice.
I played.
It fell apart quick.
It would benefit you to do drugs with us every now and again.
No,
So
I don't do drugs.
just do drugs tonight.
What do you mean?
Just
Just try mushrooms.
I can't.
All night. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know. But
all night.
5 a.m.
I know.
At 5
He
a.m.
went to bed at 3 in the morning and he was up at 5.
Just a little
can't-
bit of weed.
I can't start. Well, I can't do weed because I have obligations that if I ever smoke weed, I have to call Snoop, Be Real from Cypress Hill,
Oh, you
Red
got
Man.
such a cool check-in. You got to
I have to check
check in.
in.
Yeah, what
He's
a
gotta check
fucking
in with
burden
Jordan.
that would
Yeah.
be.
You have to check in with
Hang out
Dr.
his
Okay,
Green.
smoke weed. Let's
gotta put-
FaceTime Snoop.
You're
Why
going to put
not?
together the Avengers of weed smoking?
No, they all for years they'd be like, Cipha, if you ever smoke, I gotta be there. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna arrange all of you to be there.
Dude, Be Real and Snoop would rule.
That'd
Who
be-
else would you check in with?
Red Man.
Yes. That was the one I was hoping you were going to
Remember when he
say.
had a sitcom?
What?
He had a sitcom.
Meth and Red.
Yeah,
How
called
high?
Meth
Oh,
and
yeah.
Red.
Dude, that was one of the funniest things David told when that came out. I was opening for him still, and he goes, yeah, it's so funny. He goes, I have these Jewish writer friends I know that are working on Meth and Red. And he goes, so they have them, and they also have like their friends. So he's like, they write a line where it's like, oh no, we have to pay the phone bill. And then he goes, and then these guys come in and go like, we gotta slam some cash on that rang-a-dang-dang.
Dude, he always has the best fucking, like, most incisive burn on a show. Like, remember when Jimmy Fallon started and there was always, like, you had to get on a tricycle. Like, celebrities had to, like, do games.
do
Like, it
all
was
that
just, like, so
drinks and
silly.
stuff, yeah.
And he was like, I don't know if I want to do Jimmy Fallon. Like, I turned it on the other day and I saw Morgan Freeman in a baby bonnet. It's like the perfect way to do it.
Was it him that said, I'm not sure if I want to do stand-up and then a potato sack race?
Dude, he always has the perfect, like he said, when he goes on Rogan, he doesn't do tons of jokes. Like when he does podcasts, he's like not like, but he said something so casually that like blew my mind, like about the outdoor seating in New York, you know, like the outdoor restaurants, like
Yeah.
they put up those like wooden things and like everyone kind of had a joke about it, but then he just came in with the perfect way to reference it. He's like, yeah, you sit outside in the outdoor dining things in New York, you feel like you're sitting in a manger. You're like, fuck, that's just the perfect way to describe it.
We came out on stage on Fully Loaded and the outdoor arena, but it had these big ceiling fans. And he goes, hey, turn these ceiling fans off. It's too cold in here. But it's 90 degrees. We're all dying. He's like, hey, turn these ceiling fans off.
The funniest thing about him is that he would hate this moment happening right here so much.
Hate it.
Like, all right.
Hate it.
He's coming in today?
Yeah.
He's coming in. Yeah. That's what I thought.
He's going to kill this place. Rules. It's a great venue.
Bobby was
the
kind of
only one we
bummed
come
he
back
couldn't
to, I
stay.
think,
Oh,
right?
Bobby's flight didn't take off. He's still at the airport. He doesn't leave till till 9 tonight or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That
I
sucks.
know.
This tour's been rough on Bobby Lee. This tour's been rough
He's
on
been taking
Bobby
a lot
Lee.
of tough
The
couple
fact that he
L's.
gave me a hug and said thank you for having me, I was like, buddy, I'm shocked you're giving me a hug. You had surgery.
You guys busted his face
He
open.
just smashed his face.
Kind of a setback for Asian people.
So he did. What happened to his flight yesterday?
I don't know. He it was delayed. Like a lot of connections are being delayed, and there was some kind of connection. Let me find out.
Shame.
Bobby, he was pissed,
Damn, that sucks.
but he really wanted to stay. I guess he wanted to be here longer. But he's dating someone that he wants to get back to. Flight delays. Oh yeah, he won't be home till 9 tonight.
She was here?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
And?
Yeah, that's different.
And
Listen, I am. He does very well.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what his bedside manner is. I bet he's just adorable to cuddle with because he gets beautiful women. I don't think I've ever seen him with anyone that isn't beautiful and like ethnically diverse in a curious way. Where you're like, oh, did James Cook? How did he conquer their people?
What island or desert are you from?
you know,
Island of Dr. Moreau.
Ian Edwards has that joke that if anyone is mixed, they're gorgeous. No matter who the parents are, it's like she's gorgeous. You mean to tell me that Seal and Yoko Ono are your parents? Like such a good joke.
Yeah.
That anyone mixed is gorgeous. But yeah, I don't know. I think I guess Kalila's like moved on, and so he wants to move on quickly. I think they just date each other at each other. You know, it's,
They're having relationships at one another.
yeah.
Man, those are the
Yeah.
best ones. They're the funnest because when they fail, it's like you really hit bottom.
Yeah, totally.
What was it? Dan Vitale jokes like you. What was it? He goes, you'd be surprised how much give the floor has when you actually hit bottom.
Let's do this. Let's rank top. What do you think the top podcast drama of last year was? It had to be the Kalila, Schaub, Annie Letterman.
I don't even know.
You don't even know what it is?
Isn't there a Shaw Bobby?
Yeah.
That's all the same one. That's all the same one.
Go on.
Is there one better than that?
Joe Rogan versus Pfizer? Joe Rogan getting rid of CNN entirely with one podcast.
The Joe Rogan Sanjay Gupta one.
That was a big one.
That was pretty awesome.
How about Shannon Sharp and
Shannon Sharp and Club Shay Shay? That's big.
Yeah, Cat Williams.
Cat Williams is the biggest.
No, Cat Williams was the set off to the whole year.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Cat Williams just made 2024 a wild place to live.
That
He
stretched
set it off on
out
everybody.
to so many other podcasts. Like every
It did.
podcast talking about that podcast.
It made me shaking in my boots when I met Cat Williams because I was like, oh, I will be the guy he hates. I'm about to get an earful. And like, because he said,
You
know,
feel like he would
Rogan
just start saying stuff to you like that?
No, he just was sweet.
Yeah.
He was really sweet and complimentary. He was a very sweet guy.
Cat Williams is super sweet.
Cat Williams is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So is Chappelle. So is Kevin Hart. So are all of them. Everyone's sweet.
All of them.
All of them. Like all the people in that drama.
All of them.
All in that drama.
All of them.
Yeah.
I was
All
like
of
that
them.
drama though. Everyone that was lit up is a fucking cool dude. Even like Mike Epps. I ran into Mike Epps that day. I was like, I partied with him a bunch, and I was like, I wonder if he's gonna remember me.
He's
And
funny as shit.
He's funny as fucking
Oh, he's
shit.
super
But he
funny.
did do one of these to me. He had his sunglasses on. He was with this chick. I was like, Mike, it's Bert Kreischer. He goes, I'm Bertie Bert. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I said, you remember last time we hung out? And he dropped his glasses like this. He goes, I do. And looked at his wife like we were up pretty late. And I was like, well, it's good seeing you again, Mike.
Steve Harvey was very nice to me when I met him.
Oh, best intro I've ever gotten in my entire life. In front of my daughters on Family Feud. He comes on Family Feud. He goes over, meets the one family, is kind of like not interested. And from there, he starts walking across the street. And Steve Harvey is like, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Kreischers. Place goes nuts. He's doing a slow walk. He goes, this man, I don't think you understand what he's done in comedy. This man has is it 4 Netflix specials, Bert? And I was like, it's four. He's like, he's got 4 Netflix specials. He is got he just blew my spot up in front of my girls. And my girls were like, he knows who you are. I was like, I'm as shocked as you are.
Wait, who was the other family? Was it celebrity?
It was a fake family.
Oh, was it Celebrity Family Feud?
It was, but it was a reality show.
Oh, yeah,
Thing.
fuck them.
Yeah.
Remember during the pandemic?
You're still
what do
angry
we call
about it, Bert, it seems like.
I am.
So what
I
you
am.
said?
I am.
He goes,
No,
some
we
fucking
didn't score-
bullshit
we didn't
ass.
score a point. We didn't score a point. Leanne, they go.
You got shut out.
We got shut
By a
out.
fake family?
Fake family. They bring Leanne to the fucking buzzer and they go, top 5 greatest butts in Hollywood. And so immediately everyone's going to say J-Lo.
Yeah.
Leanne says Ryan Reynolds. And everyone's like,
Dude, he does have cake though.
Yeah, but you know what that question.
You never seen that fat old Ryan Reynolds booty.
Got that
Remember when
thick
we were
thick.
doing the all the I don't know if they were real charities or not, the Zoom shows to raise money for waitresses in the pandemic in the beginning where we were doing all this. And remember that one? It was like you hosted an hour, Tom hosted an hour, I hosted an hour, Saget hosted an hour. It was like we went these like marathon Zoom, just chaos. And it was wild to see all these like super rich fucking sitcom millionaires like in the shittiest room of their house. Like Howie Mandel was like in some basement on some shitty like blow up couch being like, making fun of someone about being super rich and being cheap. If they can laugh about that, like you're cool.
On the Comedy Central thing they did,
It was like a comedy gives back.
Comedy gives
Yeah.
back. I remember.
me,
Yeah.
We interviewed Sam.
Yeah.
me, Soder, Sal Volcano, and Joe DeRosa, all stoned and drinking off our asses, did it. We did like, and we're supposed to like.
Dude, they bumped us back so hard.
They bumped us back, but it was supposed to be,
They
it was
just
supposed to be
kept
like,
being
15
3 more
minutes.
hours.
Supposed to be like 15 minutes. We did like 40 minutes almost, and like we just, it was so
Joey
fun.
Diaz
They came
brought
to
us
us at like 2 in the morning. They're like, guys, you still there? And I was just
No,
been
so-
sitting in front of a ring light for 4 hours. I was like, yeah, I'm here.
I don't I don't remember what it was on. Was it YouTube or live or some shit?
I think it was, yeah.
But we raised like $80,000. And then Joey Diaz showed his balls, and then we had to pay a $40,000 fee,
Oh,
like a
shit.
fine because of it.
Wow. Wow.
So Joey like took 40 grand from the charity.
We shit on the charity the whole time on the thing. We're like, I don't even know what this means. It's money for comedians, but like, there's a billion comedians in every city I go to.
How do they
follow the money?
I go, let me tell you something. I have no idea. So if you've ever worked with me on the road, don't hit me up and be like, where's my money? I go, this whole thing seems like a sham.
Yeah. It had big sham.
So was it for comics or was it for waiters? You're saying
Unclear.
It's for healthcare for comedians. It's so comedians can get mental health care and health care. I only know that because the festival, and Leanne's really into Comedy Gives Back, gives a big portion of our earnings on the festival back to Comedy Gives Back. I never knew the comics that got it. And then Kyle Kinane, when we brought it up, Kyle Kinane was like, yo, man, those are like a lot of my friends. And I was like, oh, cool. So people are getting the money? And he's like, yeah.
Nice.
And then I found out that the three ladies that run it, they don't take a check from it. So they've been really great.
Real
Comedy Gives Back's
nonprofit.
pretty fucking awesome. But all I remember of that is the lowest part of my career is I get done the Adam Sandler interview and I get in my car so excited that I killed it with my hero. And the first call I get is Jay, and you're laughing hysterically. You go, buddy, we're going to light you up. And I said, what? You go, you asked Adam Sandler if he had Netflix. And I go, yeah, it was a good question, right? And you go, he has a $250 million deal at Netflix, Bert. He's definitely got Netflix. You didn't name one of his movies, right? You didn't let him talk.
I called the movie Happy Madison.
I love your movie Happy Madison.
I said, we just watched Precious Gems.
Yeah.
Bert Gemstone. Yeah. Oh God.
You plugged your special to him. You plugged Secret Time to him.
It was Hey Big Boy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
oh fuck.
Oh shit.
He was like,
That's so weird to think about because you were at my house, we were in my living room, and to think that we were too afraid to get close to each other.
Remember, because we were so afraid of getting canceled, we had a tape measure.
That's right.
We had a tape measure. So we were 6 feet apart during the whole thing. We kept a tape measure. Yeah.
oh yeah. It was like it had Slack a bunch.
What?
So it's more insane you were. I just stopped coming back into frame.
Whitney, at the end of the interview, had this look like she had seen World War II, but now had to get back on the boat and go back to France or whatever. And she was staring at me and she goes, why did you do that? And I said, I thought I killed it. And I was like, what are you talking about? It was good, right? And you were like, was it like a bit? And I was like, huh? And then I got in the thing, and then I think Spade voice texted me, and he was like, buddy, that was fucking epic. You were like Farley when he interviewed Paul McCartney. And I was like, wait, it really went that bad? Then and then I got home, and I was like, I don't think that interview went well. Leanne goes, you don't think? She goes, it was atrocious. And I was like, fuck.
Have you seen him since?
He texted me. I did a deal over at Happy Madison right after that, but he ended up watching my special because of it. So
there you go.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, I have to head to the hotel. I have a meeting.
Oh.
What do you mean? What kind of meeting?
AA.
Oh,
Big
sorry.
Hollywood. No, it's not AA. He's so sorry. So I should just say that every time. He goes, I'm not supposed to say what the meeting is.
Our group is anonymous.
as a kid, I loved eating cereal, but as an adult, I don't want all the sugar that most cereals have, and they don't give me the protein I need. Then recently I found Magic Spoon. Whew, this is like a cheat code for me. A nostalgically delicious cereal that tastes just like my childhood favorites, but without the sugar and with a ton of protein. I love a bowl of cereal in the afternoon. I'm not a morning, I don't eat breakfast, but man, there is something when you wake up from a nap where you just crave that taste, the milk, it's so good. And this cereal tastes like everything we've ever had as a kid. Macros, every serving of Magic Spoon has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of net carbs, so you can feel good about eating cereal. They have great flavor options, too. They have 10 flavors that all taste just like the cereal you loved as a kid, but their most popular are fruity, cocoa, frosted, and peanut butter, but they also have so many more, like blueberry muffin, my favorite, cinnamon roll, birthday cake, honey maple waffle. I love Magic Spoon. It's so easy for me to eat more protein when I'm too busy to cook or too tired to cook. I'm telling you right now, if you love cereal and you're trying to be health conscious and take care of your health and be a little better at what you put in your body, this is your go-to move. Get $5 off your next order of delicious cereal at magicspoon.com/Bert, or look for Magic Spoon in your nearest grocery aisle. That's magicspoon.com/Bert for $5 off. Magic Spoon. Hold on to the dream. Comparison is the thief of joy, and it is easy to envy other people's lives. It might look like they have it all together on their Instagram, but in reality, they probably don't. They really probably don't. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what other people's have, so you can start living your best life. I will tell you right now, and I'm certain you have to believe this, but I'm guilty of this too. When I had to change my Instagram algorithm because I would see friends of mine just killing it, going to Dubai. Tommy and Schultz and Chappelle, they all went to Dubai, and I saw the pictures of Dubai. And you get in your head thinking, man, what am I doing wrong in my life? Not thinking of all the good stuff you have. I talked to my therapist about it, and I said, man, I get bummed out. I know I'm doing good, but I get bummed out because I'm not invited to Dubai. And he was like, buddy, stop. You're having fun in your life. Don't look at Instagram and make that the comparison of what you need to be. If I'm guilty of it, realize that that's normal. And I talk about it in therapy. Leanne is the one that got me into therapy. I do therapy online. I've done therapy online. I only do it online. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Bert today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Bert. I'll see you. Are you out for the day?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see you tonight.
Bye, Jay.
Bye,
Jason.
Jason.
Love you.
Bye, Jay. All right. 3, 2, 1. He has been a problem.
Bert,
Jay said today, he goes, I guess I got to pack my stuff. And I was like, what? And he goes, we're getting kicked off your bus. And I was like, for what? And he goes, I guess your daughters are coming. And the way he said it, I go, Leanne, does that have to happen? Leanne's like, they're our fucking daughters. Yeah. I was like, yeah, but what are we going to watch when we get on the bus with our girls?
yeah, we'll come on. We'll start it up. We'll fluff you guys with some stuff that you can continue on in the night.
Isla's going to be pissed when she finds out she's not on Big J's bus.
Really?
She is obsessed with me. You'll see, they dress identical.
I love that.
They dress
That's so
identical.
true.
And they are into the exact same music. And
Well, he dresses like a criminal in a Broadway play.
That's very funny. Big J, though, being Isla's sensei is very funny.
Yeah.
Like
It's
doing a
pretty
montage
awesome.
of him connecting the chain wallet to his pants and showing her how to do it. His wax on, wax off, and then he finally gives her own pair of fingerless gloves.
she saw his shirt yesterday, the tiger shirt.
Yeah.
And I got a text of a screen grab of Jay in the tiger shirt on the boat. And she goes, I'm stealing that shirt.
Yeah, dude. Jay's a fashion icon, and he doesn't know
So
it.
true.
Yeah, he really is. He murders so hard. It's crazy to watch
He's
somebody
so
do crowd
funny.
work.
Yeah.
Crowd work in a room full of 11,000 people outside in the
It's
fucking
great.
Alabama sun,
Crazy.
sitting there. Yeah.
Insane.
And it works. It's fucking wild.
It's so funny.
No, it works better. His trick is because the camera goes to the person he's talking to,
Yep.
so it's on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that it would there was somebody on the lawn that's like, oh, the guy's got a jack-o'-lantern on his shirt and it's July. Fucking idiot.
I thought that was happening.
Stupid.
You really thought that was happening?
I forgot they have a screen. I was like, how's he doing this? This is
This
crazy.
guy's got the command of Salinger with language.
My God,
How's he painting this picture for
This is so descriptive, Jay.
What a wordsmith. Come up with assberries just like that.
He is like a fucking like a cat,
Outdoor cat.
outdoor cat. It's fascinating.
You gotta wait for Jay to come to the door to let him in.
Yeah. Every time you're like, where is he at? Like, oh, he's out smoking. And then he just walks in the bus, walks out the bus. And if you lose him for a second, you got to fucking try to catch him with milk.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, he's gonna be gone. Sometimes he brings you back a present.
Yeah.
Little field mouse.
The hardest I was laughing last night was watching McCusker watch Jay eat those mushrooms. And Dan goes, Jay, that seems like a lot. And he goes, no, it's just one bar. And McCusker goes, I had like a quarter of it.
Yeah, a square.
And Jay ate the whole thing and then woke up this morning and goes, I don't think I need Lexapro anymore.
My brain is forever changed.
Dude, my one square hit me, and I was like, I got worried for Jay. I was like, damn, he ate 6 squares. I was trying to times my thing by 6, and I was like, I can't even think about that right now. And he was like, yeah, I'm all right. The gravel's kind of swimming, but other than that, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
He just looked over at me when we were back there and he goes, the mushrooms are kicking in. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I had already known the math. I was like, well, I'm right here, buddy.
We just watched that live stream cop show last night. That's all we did. Like
On Patrol Live?
That shit.
That's so funny. That's
That's
basically
my
what we
shit.
did.
We watched Kensington Avenue.
We watched
live.
Yeah,
What's that?
It's a street in Philadelphia.
Dude, we watched. It's just a.
Literally, it's like the street cam.
Oh, I want to
What's
see
it
that.
called?
It's on
just
YouTube.
Kensington
No, we
Live.
were in,
Jay pulled it up, and then I recognized like a YouTube rapper. It was just on the thing, and it was him. It was Skrilla.
Yeah.
What on there?
Yeah.
It's
like
live.
Yeah.
Well, there's like it's like the live shot. There's like 4 cameras, and one of them was a
that's
live
great.
shot of Kensington Avenue next to this like bar restaurant.
Yeah.
And there's all these people outside, so we were watching that camera because that was where the most action was. And then McCusker just goes, "Oh, I know that dude. That guy's a YouTube rapper." And then we found our star, and
then
we
I
just
went on-
watched him walk outside. His girlfriend had a jacket on.
He did his jacket. He's a gentleman. And well, I went on because I was like, dude, I want to see what's in that bar, what's going on. And then I saw he was live on Instagram. So then we got inside the building. We were like
What?
the Chinese government, dude. I was talking about it last night. We were watching people outside. Then we were able to see inside. It was crazy.
I said in a different
Like a total
universe,
surveillance state.
Big J, McCusker, Bert, and I are undercovers in a van, like down the street in Kensington, just
in a tour
listening to
bus
him,
van.
He's
trying to
back
put
out
a
the building.
trying to put a
Catch
case.
shit? Does it catch like wild shit?
Oh,
We
it
waited.
has to.
We waited. It was the wild shit is the small stuff, like the dude who left his bike in front.
Yeah.
Left his bike, and we were like, wait, he's just gonna leave his bike there? And then Matt does the math. He's like, oh, he's selling drugs.
That's a flex, dude.
He
You
has to
leaving your
flex. You leave your bike like that?
Yeah.
It was like a nice bike, and then he would just like ride it up and down or whatever. And we were like, this guy's definitely selling drugs.
motorcycle or like
No,
like
a
little van?
It's like a baby boy.
Like a baby
yeah, like
boy.
a
Yeah,
van,
that's the
yeah.
great analogy. Yeah, and then some Asian chick got on it, and when she was
Drunk from
riding
the
it,
bar.
and then I started DMing Skrilla, which was a mistake.
Yeah,
Hey, Skrilla, come out and look left and wave to the
we
camera.
wanted him to wave at the camera outside.
And it's like you can see it clearly, like high def.
It's
That's
pretty.
not like
It was
high
pretty
def.
You
good.
can see who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to watch that.
It's
I
pretty
think-
cool.
Well,
Bourbon
guess
might
what, buddy? We're moving on to
Yeah, I
your
would
bus.
imagine.
Okay, yeah, let's watch it tonight.
Because there's
Yeah,
did
we'll
you ever
fire
see
it
that
up.
video of
We just
Andy
leave it
Dick
on.
getting punched out cold on Bourbon Street?
No.
Who?
Dude, Andy Dick getting punched out
Well,
cold.
he's in a
Oh,
rough,
yeah,
he's in a
I've
rough
seen that.
place.
Getting knocked out
Yeah,
by some
I've
like
seen that.
fan. He's like outside, just walks by, punches him in the face. The guy picks up his beer off the sidewalk and just keeps walking.
Damn.
And Andy Dick is out for like
Out.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think it was on one of those like surveillance cameras. On
I need to
Bourbon
find out. I need to find out the best surveillance cameras because that's so enjoyable.
It's pretty fun.
It's
I would-
crazy.
I
It
want-
feels Orwellian.
Yeah.
It
Just
does.
like on a bus watching, you're like,
It's like what entertains comedians.
greatest-
People come to see us be funny. We go to watch people.
we just
be-
watch surveillance.
Man, but
Yeah.
the live,
The
the live
greatest
PD,
drama is the human drama.
it used to be called Live PD. Now it's On Patrol Live. We were in Daytona Beach,
Yeah.
and two of the cops that were like our security that were in the hallway. I walked past him. I'm like, yo.
From live TV.
I was like, On Patrol Live. He's like, oh, here we go. I go, no, I'm a fan. And I sat and talked to him for like an hour and a half,
That's great.
asking him all the questions. All right, how many people are in the car?
Yeah.
A producer. He's like an audio guy, and then there's another guy.
Yeah, it's
with a
basically just the
camera.
new version of Cops.
It's cops,
Yeah.
but it's live.
Yeah.
Fridays and Saturdays, it's live.
Yeah.
And like from 9 to 12 is like they go to like 8 different cities. And they're like, oh, we got action in South Carolina, and they cut to it.
That was always
It's
the thing
the
about
best.
Cops is if it ever hit where you were living, you're like, I know where that is.
Exactly.
I know where that is. They did Tucson so many times. I'd be like, I know that gas station. I know that gas station. That's like a thing that annoys Katie so much is I just go like, I've been to that place in a movie, like it's an autistic thing. Like, I know where that bar is in that movie. And she's like, I don't care, Dan.
Yeah, what if she was just like,
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I've
Wait,
been to
you've
that
been there
bridge.
before?
I've been to that. Oh, fuck. But I'm still doing it. I'm going, oh, that fucking bridge. I want to cross it. Oh, fuck.
You've been to a place?
Suck me as I relive that moment. Yeah, dude. I love that shit. But this fucking Kensington thing. Yeah, we found Jay's new obsession. So get ready, Bonfire fans.
Yeah.
You're going to get hours. He's coming for it. He loves it.
He does, dude.
He's good at commentating over it.
Dude,
too.
it's the funniest. It's the best hanging out with Jay when he was watching that.
Dude, him
Because he'll
switching
point out shit
cameras.
you don't even know.
Oh, it's
yeah,
so
he was.
funny.
We were letting him direct, like
It's
fucking
crazy.
Truman Show.
He's like,
was
hold
like
on,
an
something's going on over in fucking Skid Row. Go
Yeah,
on.
you jump across the street.
You know what's funny? By the end of the night, we knew what cameras were what.
I know.
We're like, go to Skid Row. Now cut around the camera from the club.
Whoa, there it is.
5.
Yeah.
And Jay's just play-by-playing this
He's
whole
just
thing?
jumping
We're just all
channel to
watching.
channel.
We were even doing.
You
some
can jump around?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, we were
it's
doing
like
some
this
telestrating. There's
intersection.
4 cameras. You can go to the bus. You can go to the train station.
Yeah.
That's it.
Holy shit.
That's
Hold
it.
on, but also,
Is that during the day?
is this government
Oh, yeah,
or is
yeah.
it a private
I don't
camera?
know.
Like, who's putting it up?
That's
Oh,
exactly. That's the corner we were
wow,
on.
that
last
is
Oh, by the way, we were
brilliant.
missing out on the chat.
I know.
Oh, there's a
we
whole
didn't see the
chat.
live chat.
There's a whole live chat.
We missed the whole chat, Bert.
Yeah, there was like
Oh, this is
75
getting
people in there last
wild.
night.
This is how we should do press for our shows.
Just go to the worst neighborhood
Yes,
in
just go there and be
Philadelphia.
like, tonight see me at Helium.
We're the sandwich board from Die Hard with a Vengeance. You go, I think it's gonna move tickets. I think it's gonna move tickets.
By the way, this is so funny. Most of the comments are going, camera 5 is dead. Camera 5 is dead. It's just like people that are just like, it's not working.
I'm telling you, man. There was like, we went to the Skid Row one, and Leanne watched it, and she's like, "This is." I was like,
This
"Yeah,
is sad.
this is the tough watch."
Because
Oh,
she had
it's
never
people-
seen someone nod out.
Well, they were.
Well, the best is every now and again you just see like a white lady in rollerbladed pads just walking as fast as she can. You're like, where's she coming from?
Dude, the ones we were watching were the white ladies that showed up post bath, post shower,
The wet pony,
pajama
wet
pants
ponytail.
and wet ponytails.
Yeah, pajama pants, white ladies with ponytails.
Yo, what do you
Skid
guys
Row?
do? Yeah. Well,
Wettest,
at this
tightest
club
ponytails,
where
dude.
everyone was, we're like, what are you
That is the
doing
most
here?
haunted shit I've ever seen.
Oh, wait do you see a
Well, that's during
fucking...
the day. That's,
What do you
so,
see?
So where you see is across the street. That's what we were watching mostly last night. If you go across the street, that's where like people are passed out. I think
Yeah.
it's like camera 3.
What's wild is it's 3 a.m. in Philly, or it's 2 a.m. in Philly, and a fucking 6-year-old walks down the street by himself.
Oh, I think it was younger than that.
Yeah,
that's
yes.
it.
Oh, yeah.
We were watching.
And that was Brad Williams.
Yeah,
I don't recognize anyone.
yeah. That was where gray sweatpants were.
Yeah.
Did you just say I don't recognize
I'm
anyone?
trying to see if I recognize anyone.
You know.
I'm hoping some of them woke up. Some of the dudes.
recognize any from
Well, there was one guy before we found it before the show, and there was one guy collapsed on the street,
Yeah.
like folded in a way that you're like,
Yeah.
I want to see how he wakes up.
He's, yeah.
I want to see if he gets up. He's like, motherfucker, I did it again. But then after the show, I walked into the bus and he was gone.
Yeah,
and I was
he
like,
was
rewind.
Yeah, it's
rewind
crazy.
it. I want to see him get up. We fucking missed.
I know.
It's dark.
Straight up
It
dime.
is
It's
dark.
Yeah, it's like news bum fights.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
it's like CNN, but bum
No,
fights.
it's not. It's bum fights of fish tanks. That's what Bert. Someone goes. It's like a fish tank. And you're like,
Homeless people
watch-
should unionize and try to get paid for this.
Unionize.
what if you know if in the middle of this?
Stars.
They won't
They're
cover the
stars.
streets and shit
They're
anymore.
star-
if you
Look at them,
don't
they're
pay-
stars. We're
What
on
if
the
in the
edge of our
middle of
seat.
this they got up and
Yeah,
did the
I mean-
Thriller dance?
It's one of those things on paper. It sounds bad, but it's pretty compelling to just sit there and watch and just see what's going on.
I'm obsessed with where else I want to see one. Like I wouldn't mind one on the streets of Nashville.
Yeah,
I would,
for
like
sure.
Bourbon
like
Street?
on Bourbon Street would be great. I honestly
Austin, so
can't think Austin would be amazing, but I want to put one outside a college bar, like the hottest college bars, because you know all the fist fights that happen at 3 in the fucking morning, and all the chicks making out with dudes, and I kind of want someone to host it, like just to be on the DL with a mic live wired, like Donnie Brasco.
Or do you want them to go full red zone and have a guy in the studio go, we're going to camera
That's what-
3, there's a fist fight coming.
That's what On Patrol Live
Really?
is. Yeah.
We were like,
We just created On Patrol Live again.
Yeah.
the report was like, there's a woman in a Raiders hoodie and she's wearing capris and she won't leave the Holiday Inn.
Yes.
And she's like, I own this place. And she's like, they're like, what have you been smoking today? She's like, I only had one cigarette. And then they like pat down her legs and she's wearing these tight ass capris and there's just a bag that's like the size of a foot. They pull it out. It's like she's not even hiding it.
Yeah.
Like there's all this rock in there. And
Yeah.
she's like, I'm not going to jail. You're going to jail. Like when they start saying crazy shit, oh, it's the fucking best.
I want to.
That's the cool thing about, like, there's a girl I follow on Instagram who's an alcoholic, and she just posts video after video after video when she gets into her spirals, and she's young. She's also fairly attractive, but there is a weird thing I get into where, like, the voyeurism of it is intriguing because they're not doing it for fame. Like, that's the thing that I get caught up in is like,
Well, then why are they doing it though? Why are they recording
No, I
it?
think it
I don't know.
Why would you be on Instagram posting if it wasn't for fame?
So hold on. So there is a huge swath of Instagram who's not doing it for fame. They're doing it to make sure people know they're still alive in a weird way. Like it's like
the ultimate check-in.
How old is she?
True.
Well, she's probably 22, maybe.
Also, that generation, that is their existence.
That's
too.
normal. Yeah.
They're just.
That's what he's saying. Like the same way you would be a bad kid to get attention from your parents. This is how they get their attention.
Or like it's like we used to like write in journals to document things. Now they just say it to camera.
They say it to camera, and then it broadcasts.
No privacy.
There's no shame in it.
Right.
Like when you journaled something, your biggest fear was somebody finding
see
it.
it.
Yeah. And now there's like, this is the best way for them
Now
to
when you
be.
do something horrible,
now
the
they make
biggest
up
fear
like
is no one will know about it.
half of them make up like fake ticks to be like noticeable on like TikTok and shit. Like they'll pretend they have autism and stuff so they can like, I don't know if it's half of them, but they like.
If you
so
pretend
people,
to have
like,
autism,
a
you probably
sympathy
have
for them.
autism though, no?
What?
If you pretend to be autistic, I feel like.
It's like when you make a silly face for too long,
Yeah, you're.
you get stuck like that.
You've been cursed.
There's also the lottery ticket moment of that like Hawk 2 girl.
Yeah.
Who now her life has changed forever. She'll make a ton of money. And it's all just based off one.
By the way,
statement.
One guy in the street
interviewing next
interviewing.
week, and it's actually I don't.
She's coming on your podcast?
Yeah. I think it's kind of sad. I think it's like you can't have sex with someone when they're drunk. You can't, you know what I mean? That's all. But like to film someone who does something like that drunk, and then now she's famous.
What
for
did
this
exactly
forever.
did she say? She have to spit.
She said
on
you have to
someone-
spit on a dick. She was like, I
No,
don't
the guy
really
was
know.
like,
She said they came up
what's
and
a
said,
move?
"What's the best way to get back at an ex?" Or something. And
No, it was like a memorable in bed.
And memorable bed. She goes, you got to spit on that thing, give him the old
Tuah.
and it just went viral. Those things don't resonate with me for whatever reason. I think it's funny when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's funny, that's cool. But that when it becomes a meme,
cool.
I have a hard time with like repeating the meme. Like I'm all about. I can appreciate her doing it, but like. As soon as they start making T-shirts, like I'm probably never gonna wear one of those.
She's
hats.
not going to get the money from it though.
Yeah.
No,
I
she
mean, I don't
is
think-
some of it.
It's really like a kind of Girls Gone Wild moment.
That was Doug Benson. Doug Stanhope worked for him.
Really?
Yeah,
Doing
Doug
what?
Stanhope did Girls Gone Wild live. He did all the shows, and they put Stanhope on private jets, fly him around, and he'd go and.
I mean, that
be
is a
like,
gig. Is while it's happening, when you don't realize how bad it is, you're like, "This is pretty sweet."
Nah, you got
And then
it.
at the end, you're like, "Oh fuck, man." From my angle,
You gotta
it did
know,
not look like that.
You gotta know it. I would look. I use it. I DJ Diddy parties.
Damn.
Let's
And-
go.
let me put a zin in for this
Yeah.
one.
No.
Okay.
Hold on.
No, because I'm boring. I do DJ. There's 2 parties.
Do they wait till you? Oh, they wait till you leave.
They didn't wait. There's the first one,
They hear
which is
your
like
trunk close, and then they're like, "Get rid of the clothes."
the first one is like a regular dope ass party, and then like you
The
know,
second one's at a nursery
like
school?
2 a.m. It's like, hey, we're gonna go over to the after party. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Can I ask you a question? Were there ever deviled eggs at a Diddy party?
not at the one I was at.
Okay.
Where is
Oh,
the
the sex
after party?
parties? That's how they
Where
get you.
is the after party?
Like in the house, like let's
What
say it was-
island?
let's say it was like the Hampton House, right?
Okay.
So there's like a big party that's sponsored or whatever,
Okay.
and then later on they start going like, I don't know, upstairs, or the pool house or whatever.
Yeah.
What happened if like a goofy white dude like me wandered into that? I was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing here?" they're all in silk sheets. being
What's
like,
up, homies?
Oh, I go, "Oh, shit! Hey, what's up, Diddy? Is this cool? You guys mind if I get in?" Like a pool. You guys cool if I get in? Yeah, I want to splash around a little bit.
Nobody wants to say anything.
I go, "Oh, were you in that girl group you worked with?"
Are you Dylon?
Oh my god, were you from Diddy Makes the Band?
More money, more problems, am I right?
That's so funny. He's like, "Get out of here, man."
I can't imagine. Is it? I mean, I always am the last to believe things are real.
Me too.
Like I always go like, for real? Is that true? Like even Jared from Subway, I was like, did he really do that? And then you watch the documentary.
I don't know.
Dude, yes,
It's aggressive.
he's a piece of shit.
Whoa! I watched that documentary. That shit was
It's
like
extra
tell you this
shitty to be a huge
horror-
pedophile.
The running joke we had.
Physically massive.
Yeah, like
Right.
one time I
Yeah.
get, but like
I just mean like
do it a lot.
to be that physically large and be a pedophile. Everyone's small to you.
Well, he was.
I thought you were talking about how often he did it.
You think you could just go up to like a 6'2" NBA point guard and be
I'm
like,
just saying,
this is a
everyone
child?
is small compared to you. Why would you have to go to small people?
Well, I also think he didn't start getting numbers until he lost the weight.
Yeah.
I think that's when he started.
Interesting.
Right.
I think that's when he started getting kids. It's just a weird way to
You
call
get
it.
popular-
It's a weird way to say pedophilia. Is he goes, instead of getting chicks, he started
Pulling
getting
kids.
kids.
Children are so vain. They waited for him to lose weight.
Yeah, dude, he wasn't pulling any
He got a
kids.
little bit of money, dropped a few
Yeah.
pounds, and then all of a sudden they couldn't help but
he
be
could
around
land
him.
kids.
Dude, he wasn't getting kids till he got that
He
van.
was trying. He's like, this
Couldn't
could
even
even fat slob.
Was
You
he?
always
Did he
strike it
die
out.
in prison? What happened?
No, he's still
Jared, I
alive.
think he's still alive.
How come they haven't killed him in prison?
Because he's probably on,
He's
he's probably
He's
solitary.
super protective.
He's protective.
Why do we protect pedophiles in prison?
I don't know.
That should be the thing of like, dude,
Our
you're
taxes
going
are
there.
paying to make sure he doesn't get murdered in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ease up that tax. Give us that
100%.
money back.
Have you seen the video of the guy that killed a pedophile in prison? He knew he already had a life sentence, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Did you kill this man?"
That's
and
who does
goes,
it.
And he goes, "Yes, I did, and this is how I did it." And I took
Yeah.
a phone cord, I put it around his neck, and I killed him. Like, I love that serial killers are proud to murder pedophiles in prison. It makes
Have
me
you
proud.
seen the video
It's
of the
kinda nice.
dad? It's like from the
Love it.
the 90s where this guy molested and killed his son, and they were like extraditing him back
Yep,
at the
I just
airport.
watched that the other day.
Yeah, he was at the payphone and he pulled out a gun and fucking
just
shot the
blasted
dude.
him.
But then the judge let him off with time served. So he basically was like, "Nah, you're good."
Yeah.
Have
You're
you,
good.
like,
Yeah,
Have you seen the German woman in like the 80s who comes into the courtroom in a trench coat? It's one of the sexiest killing videos I've ever seen. It looks like a fucking movie.
like John Woo?
A
There's a bunch of doves
dude
coming
raped
out of
and
her
killed her
throat.
daughter, and she just walked into the court in a trench coat, pulled out the gun, pop, 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 and then drops it. And was like, that's it. And I wish I knew her name, but it is. When you see it, you think it's from you think it's from a movie.
Yeah.
It's shot wildly good, and it with like a little grainy, a little sepia, and it's. I wish I knew who that fucking.
Dude, that's like the dad in the Larry Nassar case.
Dude,
where
I
he goes
love
like,
this video.
and they get
And he
him.
goes, and you
Was that
see
that
the
is that the
security
coach?
guard
It was
step back
the
and let
doctor?
the dad go.
Really?
He just steps back
Well, they
and
catch
lets
him and they tackle him and they just make South Park noises on the ground. And he just goes. But I would fucking do that, dude. If you get so close to him, you'd be like,
That should be part of it. Like, if you hurt someone's child, it should be like you and the dad are going to be in a cage
Yeah.
for 5 minutes.
Should be a
That'd be sick.
Coliseum.
Yeah, that's
situation.
exact-
It
that-
should be,
fuck, fuck watching all these drug addicted people that are poor.
Yep.
Let's watch fucking pedophiles get beat up by the dad.
Yeah,
I'm
dad
saying.
versus
Dads
the person that
versus
harmed
pedophiles.
their
Bert,
kid.
Oh.
You got the promotion mind for it. Don King this shit.
Buddy, if something happened to my daughters and a guy was convicted and went to jail, without a fucking doubt,
You
I
could
would
grease the wheels.
I would. Well, no, I would go. I have nothing to live for at that point.
No.
I would go into jail and I'd spend my life.
You'd get
torturing
arrested
that
on
man.
purpose
On
to be
purpose.
right next
So
to him.
sick.
I'd
Brother,
suck dudes'
first
dicks in
off,
the
can we
shower
talk
and go,
this
"You're
out?"
on my team. We are making this." I'm done. I'm done.
Yes, you
You don't
would.
have to do
I
that.
turn into
You-
Bane. I turn into
That's
Bane.
right.
Hold
I was
on.
bone in the darkness.
You don't have to suck dick. Just do
No,
that.
no.
You have to suck dick. You have to suck dick.
I'm sucking their dick.
No,
I'd let
I'm
him
just-
fucking finish me off so hard,
I need to get
and
the
then we would
loyalty.
avenge what happened as soon as we spilled into each other.
You guys
Guys-
know it's for my daughter. I'm sucking dick for my daughter.
Can I just say, hold on. This is what I think about every time I walk my dog. Is something bad happening in the revenge? How would you go about your revenge? Do a lot of revenge plotting.
Yeah.
Bert, you've got a war chest.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to
Yeah, you
prison.
don't need to- No,
There's
you have
so
to
many
suck guys'
guys.
dicks.
You know how many guys you don't got to go get blown
Well,
in the
and it's
showers.
not-
You could pay good money to
it's-
some of these people who are already in prison's families. And
It's
these-
not even that much.
Scythe.
Really?
You can do it for
Scythe, hit him with the
Well,
deal.
hold on.
Here at Cipha and Soder Revenge Business, we promise we can get guys on the inside. But
Imagine-
yeah, Scythe,
Oh, it's not even as much as you think. It would be
Just put like $300 in the comments.
no, like
Like two grand.
20 grand.
20 grand. Done.
bro. You give somebody's mom 20 grand that's in jail for what? You're good.
You're good. That, whoever they got to go get is gonna
Now,
be dead.
but you want to do it yourself. Here, I like where Bert's going, where like you're in jail, you're sucking guys' dicks, and then you can have that tough moment where you like spit cum between your teeth. Just be like, I'm gonna kill this.
Yeah, I want to feel my revenge in my mouth.
You want to revenge so bad. You want to get good at blowing dudes.
I'll tell you what I
to
do.
get there first.
Oh, I
Trick him. You'd be like, "Yeah, this is like you're gonna pretend like you're going down on him, and then you just shiv him in the stomach."
Oh no,
bloody
his life would be. I've had. You ever wake up and you think someone comes into your house and does something bad to your family, but you catch them in the, like I walk in and the girls are all on the couch and the two dudes have guns and I flip it somehow and I get them. And I often think I have a scenario where I put them in our basement and I say, your life's going to seem very long, but it will be too short for me. I'm going to have a lot of fun with you for the rest of your life.
That's fun.
And
Now,
I
there's
keep
two
them down
things.
there.
Practicing what you're going to say to them is very fun.
Yeah.
Taking a couple runs of that. Also, how do you score it musically? What song?
Oh.
Now, this is the example
Monster
I give.
Mash. I want
was working
crazy
in the
music.
biz.
Jelly roll.
Where they're
No, they
down there,
don't-
it's dark, and all of a sudden a blue light turns on, and it goes, I was walking down
no,
the
but
road.
But do you already have this built? Because when are you gonna?
I'm talking about
Yeah,
it
but
being
they-
scored in the movie of your head, not them hearing it. How would you score this in the movie of that taking place?
Roar by Katy Perry.
Because that's pretty good.
It's the most diabolical when he starts playing in Reservoir Dogs, when he starts playing the
Yeah.
song and
In the
he's, like,
middle,
dancing.
Stuck in the middle of
That's
that'd be
the
kinda
thing.
fun.
Steve Miller?
Hannibal
When you
Lecter, like-
lose autonomy, when in
Thank you.
in Game of Thrones, when he has him on the Iron Cross, and he's just giggling, and that evil energy is, if you did something to my family, I just live there for the rest of my life.
But I also get to enjoy killing. Like, I get to just enjoy this and have fun with it because
I
I've
feel like
already
at
lost
any
my
point,
mind.
I feel like at one point I'd be like, "Are you uncomfortable? Is this weird? This is weird."
Do you know how many times
This
I
is
go
weird.
down?
I'm torturing you,
You know how many
right?
times I go down and I'd apologize. I go, I made a big mistake. If I let you go, you promise.
And then you
won't
get to
tell
the
anyone.
stairs, and but Bert, you get to the stairs and you go, I gotta kill you. I don't know.
I can't. But what do you want to order? Like, I'm
Yeah.
going to keep you healthy.
I'm gonna
so
get
that
you.
killing
I feel like you should get the last. You'd be like,
But I like the idea of, like, I can't decide how to kill you.
it'd be like Saving
so
Silverman.
many ideas.
Saving Silverman is one of the most underrated movies of all time.
Silverman.
Yeah, that movie.
It was on the other day.
It's so good when they kidnap her and they're like, "Do you want Arby's?" Like, that's how I feel like I'd be.
You know how licking wing sauce off your fingers is the best way to get them clean? That's how I think. I always say the Lord gave me a napkin. It's my mouth. Well, bidets do the same thing for your butt, only with a precise stream of clean water. Instead of using toilet paper that falls apart and smears your shit all around, or wet wipes that dry your butt skin out, wash all the stickiness of sweaty summer poops away with a Tushy bidet. These things rock. It's that time of year for spring cleaning. And what better place to start than with a clean butthole? If you're looking for a more permanent bidet at home, Tushy has the absolute best option for bidets that attach to your existing toilet. It even easily connects to the same water source as your sink and shower. It installs so easy. Anyone can do it in under 10 minutes. These 10 minutes will truly change your life. Wiping with toilet paper, it just smears poop around and spreads bacteria that causes all those chronic infections down there, like hemorrhoids, UTIs, yeast infections, and anal fissures. Buddy, my brother-in-law is going through anal fissures. You do not want anal fissures. It is apparently the most painful thing. He could not enjoy Disney because of his anal fissures. And Tushy bidets are so easy to use. You just sit down, relax, turn on the knob to spray a precise stream of fresh water at your butt. Boom, you're done. Every Hello Tushy bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. I am hands-free. I barely use toilet paper, which is also great for the environment. I love it. Oh, stay shower fresh all summer long and join the 2 million butts who already switched to Tushy. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code Bertcast at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com with promo code Bertcast. Anytime there's anything that happens to a woman, I always think of my daughters.
Yeah.
And I think like any pro athlete does anything bad to a person, to a woman, as a dad, I go, why wouldn't you and your boys just go cut his fingers off?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you just go cut his fingers off? Like, just make life tough.
Yeah.
Take his thumbs. You know, like,
I would just like to have a sit-down conversation with him. That was good.
Like, this is where Putin is right.
dude, don't get me on Putin.
Oh.
Someone was saying the other day, because I don't know what I was talking to a podcast about how I don't want to die. I just don't want to die. But if I had like terminal cancer and I was Putin, I'd be like, well, if I die, we all die. Let's just fucking kill the earth.
Well, he's got doubles now, right, too. There's 3 that look like him.
He's got devil's doubles. Like Saddam Hussein.
Dude, this is my fucking obsession. Like, I don't even know how this happens. Just someone just like see in the grocery store someone that looks like him and it's like, you're coming with me. Like,
Yeah, that happened to, there was a movie called Devil's Double. Someone had a Saddam Hussein lookalike and he was like, come here, you're coming with us. And
That's
they made him just
so
be Saddam
wild.
Hussein.
You can't have your family around. It's just over.
Do you get to be fun Saddam Hussein?
But also, if someone dies,
So, like,
Like, get all that.
Oh, let me be nice, Putin.
I don't know.
I like the idea that the double is like really invested in keeping Putin alive because if you die, they have to kill
He's
you.
like, I don't want to be rude, but maybe cut bread back a little. You're getting pouchy. It's not good for my job. Again, you're the boss. Just saying. If my body is your body.
Dude, the hardest I've laughed in a while is you saying butt fuck in Australia.
I'm not going to get bat fucked.
What?
Trying to get bat fucked right now.
Butt fucked is just like, I haven't, like, that phrase is just so fucking
How many doubles do you think they brought to Putin? Because I always have people come up and go, dude, everyone tells me I look like you.
dude.
And it's never a compliment.
always so insulting.
And you're like, wow.
It's so insulting.
Like, I do, is that what I look like? How many times do they go, Putin, he looks just like you? And he goes, I look like that?
You guys, am I that ugly? You tell me if I'm not ugly. If he was insecure, if you didn't.
The Russian version of Dave. Do you remember that movie?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
it was
love that
great.
movie.
Yeah,
Sigourney
it's great.
Weaver.
Shout out, Rock.
The Russian version of it would be so fucking funny.
I get
I'm just a
Dave.
simple hockey coach from St. Petersburg. I
get Dave confused with the one where he played the gay teacher.
Oh, Kevin Kline?
He played a gay teacher one time.
Kevin
And he
Kline's-
made out with
he's got range.
he made out with Tom Selleck.
Oh, I remember that movie because
Whoa.
my mom had a thing for Selleck.
Your mom wasn't the only one.
No, I know. He
There's
drove
a-
moms nuts.
Yeah, my mom shifted uncomfortably in her seat for me many times. That mustache did wonders for
There
her.
was a moment where she liked Nick Nolte too much, where I was like, maybe you should go to a meeting. You're too into Nick Nolte.
It was in Warrior when
No,
he's just an
yeah.
angry drunk. And he-
Oh, that's my guy. Oh, look at I'm just kidding. It was
Is Warrior
Bridges of
Tom
Madison
Hardy?
County. Who was in that?
no, that's you're thinking of. No, that's
Yeah.
not Bridges of Madison County. It's
Who was in Bridges of Madison County?
Clint Eastwood.
And Meryl Streep.
yeah. What was the one?
That was the movie that got moms.
What was the Nick Nolte one?
sopping
Yeah,
wet.
dude.
Not Beach. What's the fucking?
but
I can't remember. That.
48 hours.
No, yeah, it's 48 hours.
with Tom Selleck?
It was Blue Chips.
Yeah.
She really loved
Another great movie. Another great
Yeah.
movie.
Great movie.
I can't.
Nick
I-
Nolte is a fucking.
He's
Oh, the
man.
Prince of Tides was the one.
Prince of Tides.
Yeah, yeah.
Prince of Tides.
Pat
Mom
Conroy,
Media.
Yeah, yeah.
Harrison Ford was at the Improv the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it was wild. That's my number one.
Really?
Yeah, number one.
What do you mean?
Love
I
him so
I
much.
think he was like low key. You could tell he was kind of a pimp because he got Calissa Flockhart.
Yeah.
At like the peak Ally McBeal, and you're like, all right, Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He had that one earring. He's like, I fly planes. I like to fuck.
Love that guy, dude.
I'm on
Indiana
solo.
Jones.
You love him like you would date him?
Would I date him?
I'm saying that's how much you love him. That's what you're saying.
I just like
got
like,
a crush on
like,
him.
He was the first like hot. I never think people are hot that everyone else thinks is hot. Like I was
Yeah.
like a Richard Gere person. Or like when you're younger, you know,
Yeah.
Ooh,
always
Richard
Clint
Gere.
Eastwood. He was a stud. Pretty,
I'm
pretty
obsessed.
woman.
I'm obsessed. I brought this up too much. I bring this up all the time. But I'm obsessed with the hamster in the ass thing because that was before the internet.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you know what? I did the math. He had a child after all that drama, and that child went to school, grade school, and
brutal.
every kindergarten they have a hamster in their
Damn.
class, and every weekend one family's got to take that hamster.
Shit.
And you know for a fact they were like, we can't send it to the
Sorry,
Gears.
we can't get clearance.
And Richard Gere had to sit with his kid and explain why they didn't get to take the hamster home.
Or opposite, Richard Gere had it marked on the calendar, and it goes one more week until we
Like,
get
how did that
squiggles.
get to us when we weren't even in
no-
Hollywood? Just word of mouth from Hollywood?
And that guy's such a gangster. He never addressed it. He just, hey man, it's not real. But that's all. The Rod Stewart had a gallon of cum in his stomach. Those were all the ones that
That's
we all
true.
heard.
That's true.
That's
That's
gallon?
100% a fact.
they had to.
They had to pump his stomach.
We are well over an hour, by the way.
That's a fact.
Thanks. The
Let's end it on a gallon of cum.
Yeah,
Huh?
a gallon of
What a weird way to end it.
Pete's editing the podcast. Like, we're about done, guys.
You guys are starting to get you go, I would drink, you know
We're
what? I
demonetized.
could drink a gallon of cum. I could. That's where the podcast ends.
But things go away now. Things go away now. Like a you know, even people that do stuff, it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
That never went away.
No,
from
man, that's
here.
stuck.
No, because now there's so much stuff flooding in.
Yeah, new stuff happens.
Yeah, the old
Crazier
stuff is
shit
like-
happens all the
The
time.
old stuff is lore. You
And
know
I
what
keep
mean?
bringing it up. And
Richard Gere's gonna visit you. He's gonna pay you the way like a prison revenge thing happens. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Bert, why don't we stop with the whole gerbil up my
I
butt?"
want you to meet Mr. Riddles.
You wake up on the bus. He's just holding a gerbil. That'd be kind of weird if you got woken up by Richard Gere. You'd be like,
Did you hear the one about Sylvester Stallone getting shit on?
Yeah, through the plexiglass.
Through the glass table.
I heard that one too.
you got a glass bottom boat?
Yeah, he was under it.
Like a coffee table that was glass and getting shit on.
But he would like lay under the glass and they would just drop.
You'd be like, yeah.
But it didn't go on him.
That's really nice.
It's like watching the girl
You're
shitting.
dilated right now. You're really letting it go.
Just Adrian.
Oh, look at this. It's going to plop right down.
It's also, you don't know when you're going to need to shit. It seems like such a weird rigmarole to be like, okay, like 8, I'd just have some coffee.
Yeah.
I plan it for the mornings.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to shit in the morning.
Crazy dinner,
Bro
sleepover.
gets up. He's like, have some coffee and I'll meet you.
Yep.
And
Or she
Coffee and a
knows. She's
cigarette.
like, I got to go over to Stallone.
No, that's what I saw this girl on TikTok and she kept drinking much more. She's like, why you drinking so much more? She's like, I gotta go meet my sugar daddy. And she's like holding her piss, driving to his house.
He goes, there she is. There's my little water balloon. You ready to pop all over me? You ready to pop all over Papa?
Dude. But I guess there's a certain place. I mean, I'm be real. If I was having sex with everyone in the world, and I've done it all and seen it all, there would be one night where I was like, yo, let's see what it looks like to have a woman shit on me.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
Nah.
Like, you don't ever wonder what it's like to go base jumping?
I'll just have
It's the
pussy
base
in
jumping
anyway.
of sex.
Yeah.
But it's just the aftermath of like who cleans it. Like, there's no way the moment right after is.
And you're talking to her while she's on the floor cleaning it around the corner, and you go, so you want to get Chinese? She's like, yeah.
Have you
You
seen
gotta go clean it
Do
up.
you care about these towels?
Dude,
You go,
Greg
"No."
Fitzsimmons ruined my life. He got me, told me about farting videos on X Hamster.
Oh, yeah.
And it's girls just farting, and it is compelling.
You ever seen girls fart on cakes?
Yes, and sitting on cakes. That's a whole thing
They sit
too.
on cakes and then rip farts?
Nope. Hold
I
on.
haven't seen the fart.
I guess I live a sheltered life. Is that what the problem is?
We're always looking for content, Sci-Fi.
I don't.
Yeah,
We're anthropologists.
Fuck Mississippi.
What?
This is one of the places.
Pornhub.
No porns.
You
You
gotta
can't get porn on your phone?
no.
You got to show.
Hold on a goddamn second, because I'm supposed to go to the hotel in about 45 minutes.
Wait, how does that?
A maintenance crank.
Yeah.
You know what they say?
Yeah, I'm just
They
draining
say
the
we need you to
tank,
take a
dude.
picture of your license,
Yeah, that's.
and you're like, no, I'm
Yeah.
not showing you what I like.
Yeah. Well, also it is fair when you think about it. If you're like a 12-year-old boy, you can just download porn right away. It's
It's pretty sick.
If you have to show your license to buy beer.
Yeah.
You should. I mean, the wild shit that I've seen. Jay gave me this great joke, and I never did it, but it was we were talking about. Leanne said, you know, well, I don't know what's some of the stuff you've seen in porn. Let's try something like that. And Jay was like, okay, so you're trying to get into a window, and your sweater gets stuck on a nail, and me and my friend fuck you while you're stuck in the window. And she's like, what? I was like, that's what we watch. You're taking the laundry out and you get stuck in the dryer.
Yeah.
Dog, guys, we're good to go. You just got to go through like a Bing or a third-party service, but we're fine. We're right. Nice
sure I
try.
wanna watch
Nice try,
sham
Mississippi, 49th in
No way.
education.
Dan's gonna have the set of his life tonight
Oh, yeah.
now. It's like he's so free up
I'm
there.
so powerful.
Yeah, there's no way to block it, man.
Yeah,
These
you
kids
can't
figure
stop it.
everything
But it
out.
is like sad if you're like a 12-year-old boy, like you want to see boobs. That's all. You should be able to see boobs, and you
But it
Google
was-
boobs, and then you see like fisting. It's like
Yeah.
But
You know,
Whitney, you're
it's-
absolutely right. It was nice being like slow rolling into it. For me, it was
Yeah.
like
Pre-internet.
Playboy.
Pre-internet
Cinemax.
pornography.
Push.
Yeah.
Then you saw,
Boobs.
by high school, you saw hardcore porn. And you're
Yeah.
like, honestly, and I've said this before, it's a little jarring when you first see it. It's like watching a fight for the first time. I grew up watching pro wrestling, but then the first time you see a real fight and you hear like the slap of the meat,
different.
you're like,
Different.
yeah.
That's different.
Wait, why?
But I would like real sex would come on, and
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't think I like sex. Like this thing, it was always just disgusting shit.
Yeah,
half the
well, they
time.
go like, we're
it
gonna
wasn't
go to a nudist-
pornography. It
Yeah.
was like it was
Imagine
exactly
like
what
you
it said.
can't get hard when you're losing your virginity because you're too desensitized to
Yeah.
porn.
Or imagine losing your virginity and being like, and you've been training for the pros.
Yeah.
And you got a girl who doesn't know what they're doing, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna spit in your mouth.
You go, so here's what I was
No,
thinking.
guys do a fish hook. They're fish hooking.
They go, would you mind doing a reverse pile driver first?
Do you think?
Excuse me?
Do you think there'll be like cool parents? You know, they gave their kids weed. That'll be
Yeah.
like, I curated you some vids.
Here, listen, there's a couple
Yeah, not too heavy.
Yeah,
Your friends
I
over.
put it under my bed. Go find it.
For your 17th birthday, you can watch a gangbang in your room. But I don't want you getting any ideas. Yeah, it's wild
Well,
to
it's tricky
think.
because it's like you'll enjoy sex more if you don't watch a ton of it. It's hard to convince a teen, or to say like I have a son now. I'm like, I want you to enjoy sex a lot, so I want you to watch less porn.
Do you think that's why there's so many more
do?
gay kids these days? Just because they're open, they're seeing everything. Whereas when I was a kid and all the thumbnails came up, I was always like, no, I'm not hitting the gay one.
Do you think
but then these kids now are like just curious.
Do you think old gays are bitter about it? And they're like, honey, first time I saw a butt fuck, I was in one. Okay. Now, none of this shit where I saw it online and could desensitize.
I think more teenagers are being gay now because they're afraid of like the Me Too shit. Like I know a lot of boys that are like, I don't even want to try to make out with a girl.
That's crazy. That's a crazy
that's 100%
mindset.
accurate.
I don't know.
Dude, I'm not trying to get
I think they're more gay. Also, it's like it is desensitized, and they have like there's a greater access to gay pornography.
But I'm not saying that boys are being gay because they're afraid girls are going to accuse them of a crime. I think they're more like asexual, just watching porn and like texting and not actually.
And I think a lot of girls are like, I don't want to get raped because all boys do is rape, and they're like, I'd rather hang out with girls.
That's what it sounds like.
And in the pandemic, for like 2 years, they like didn't socialize at all. It seems like there's like a weird, there's living vicariously
definitely
through
a
the internet.
shift.
The age of losing your virginity is going up, like dramatically, right?
Is it really?
Yeah, kids aren't dating; they're just like texting and Snapchatting and not really.
But
seeing
everything is online for them now, right? Like that's where they live. Like my nephew's a pretty social kid, but he like everything. All his friends are online. Like yeah, and then he has like 3 guys he
They're
hangs
not
out.
having sex, but they're sending naked pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're too young for that. They're sending it over the internet.
No thanks, dude. I'm glad we were fucking.
You might know this. Why was there always dirty magazines in the woods?
Dude, I like that you think I know why.
Ask the guy that looks like a school shooter.
Yeah, because I look like a guy that goes through the forest going.
No, but there always was.
There always was, and it's also like it's just weird to think your neighbor seeing you walk into the woods, but like they're going out there to go.
Oh, there goes Dan. He's gonna go bury one of his magazines.
a real woodsman. That's Soder.
sorry, Chubbs Weekly.
Yeah,
you have to go in the dirt right now.
Always like a rained on dirty.
Yeah,
I remember the first vagina I saw was in the woods.
Yeah.
In the woods, and I didn't know what it was. I'd never seen one, and it was she was sitting with her legs up, so it was like one of these, and I remember being like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then we all left, and I went back to the woods. I was like, "This is coming home with me."
Nice.
And I was like, "Oh, someone must have stole your stash." That same dude that showed me that porn ended up being a serial killer.
Damn,
that's pretty cool. How many bodies did he get?
My sister called me fucking weird call. She goes, "What's his name?" He was killing chicks on the causeway, killing hookers on the causeway.
What? Hookers?
You think if you left the magazine there, a few more people might have daughters?
Maybe.
Then he goes, I'm going to spend my life punishing people that took away my pussy. My woods pussy is gone. And now everyone has to pay. And Bert's at home going, he's got a magazine.
Dude, I'd save a page out of Vogue if there was a nipple.
Dude, the first time a Fredericks of Hollywood got delivered,
so trashy.
I snatched that thing up and went to the bathroom for 3 hours.
Like Santa.
Yeah. I was like, I think I see nipple. I'm fucking
They're
coming.
so tacky too. There's not even a regality to it.
I love it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Fredericks of Hollywood, you were putting out smut.
How old were you when you found out the letters in Playboy weren't real? When people would write into
I don't know
Wait,
right
what?
now.
I don't know.
Yeah, what do you mean?
41.
Right now.
You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? Like,
No, I never.
No, there's like guys would write in letters about sexual escapades.
He'd be like,
It
the
was
stewardess then unbuckled my pants.
Yeah. It was
Her
like,
breasts
I met
were
a girl at
abnormally
dinner
large.
after I went out with my girlfriend and we drank all night and then I had sex and played 9 rounds of golf with my boys. Or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Like these guys would like write. There's like these editorialized letters that
Do you think every once in a while the editor in chief had to be like, guys, we have to throw in like a shitty story? Yeah. Everyone's gonna know these are.
There's too much nipple in
I
this.
came in my pants. She laughed, and I went home.
When John Mayer's career was ruined because he said the N-word in Playboy.
Oh yeah.
Remember in like a Playboy interview?
No, I remember the Jessica Simpson's pussy's like cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Which if you're fucking Jessica Simpson, you're kind of like,
yep,
right?
I bet it is.
That bitch has $1 billion. Like,
really?
Yeah, she like
Jessica Simpson?
Yeah,
That Walmart
She has
thing.
her hair extensions. She has
She's
sandals.
awesome.
She
She's
has
awesome.
like espadrilles.
Really?
And it's like she was this kind of like smart bitch who kind of pretended to be dumb.
For real.
You can't be dumb and make $1 billion.
Yeah, dude, that was crazy.
She went on Ellen one time, and Ellen was like, just being a dick, being like, so what's 2 + 2? And she was like, 5, 4. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep printing money with you bullying me.
That was like Jay and I had Paris Hilton on the bonfire. She was like next door, and we got her to come on the show. But then we heard her real voice. It's like hearing Michael Jackson's real voice. It'll like fuck you up, where you're like, oh, what? Like after the interview, she was like, because during the interview, she was doing like, that's hot. Yeah. Ibiza's crazy. And then at the end, she was like, anyways. She's like I was saying, I got my money, man, in these streets. I got to go down to Kensington and pick up a pad. I'm re-upping.
Corey Rooney, he was a music producer like for Brandy and Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
He called Michael Jackson from the radio station. And he was like, yo, I'm going to call him from my phone. Watch how he answers. And he answered like a regular dude. Like, yo, what up?
Yeah.
And he's like,
What's
well,
up,
I'm at the
man?
radio station. He's like, stop putting me on speakerphone.
So you guys are playing around.
Hey, you ever do that to me again? I'm going to fucking slap the shit out of you.
Wasn't there like a recording of that on YouTube?
There's a bunch of
There's a bunch of recordings of Michael
really
Jackson
funny.
also doing his stage show where he'll be like, hey, I can't hear that speaker on the left side. And then I'll be like, guys, the world is burning. It's hilarious. How have I not been doing that my whole life?
You know who was so wild? I just rewatched Wendy Williams interviewing Whitney
Shout out.
Houston.
Hope
Like
she's
Whitney
doing all right.
Houston called in.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I weirdly love Wendy Williams.
Jay's
I'm obsessed with her.
Jay's got a fucking, Christine bought him one of those giant thermoses with fake ice in it. And it's a Wendy Williams one. And he'll be at Jay's house and I'll be like, just sucking off it. Dude, he's a huge Wendy Williams
Dude,
guy.
she used to literally just go on TV when you couldn't do this and be like, yeah, Usher's gay. Anyway. She would
She'd do it all the time.
She outed Method Man's wife for having breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I was just wild. And Method Man was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
This is a
saw
private family matter. And Method Man, I love
He's the
Method
best.
Man. I love that he
my
said,
two
I love
favorites.
that he goes, I'm done doing these festivals.
Yeah, it was
He goes,
How nice the Summer Jam.
Summer Jam.
But he said the clip made it look like he was like angry.
He wasn't being shitty.
No, he was like, there's an age gap, and that's just not our crowd.
Cipha, can I see something that was, I mean, you worked there forever. Would it be smart to do a like old school summer
Yes,
jam on
100%.
Saturday, new school summer jam on Sunday?
100%.
Like have Sexy Red and all them on Sunday and then like Meth and Red on Saturday?
Yeah, or you could have Meth and Red Sunday brunch time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on
And do
out
what
for the
shit do.
aunties, dude.
Yo, it's that how nice
Grown and
Sundays look,
sexy.
man.
It is grown and sexy, dude.
It's
Grown and
so
sexy Sunday.
sad how much Hot 97 has fallen.
Yeah.
And I can't say it's because I left. But
Yeah.
it's so sad. Like,
Yeah.
how are you doing? Like, who's
But do
thinking
you
of
think
these
it's
things?
them or do you think it's the landscape now that like, I mean, Hot 97 was the place, but there wasn't like first SoundCloud and then now
when I was at Hot 97, the goal was always never to like even though we were getting older, we had to always keep the station fresh, new, relevant.
sure.
Yeah.
But then, like right around when I left, because I left right around that time, it was impossible to keep that relevancy because everybody was listening to music everywhere else.
Yeah.
So you had to, at that moment, I left in 2015. Right around then, you had to like give up on trying to be the young place,
Sure.
and clock up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
go
Play
on,
the
like,
hits.
I'm on a station right now. It's all throwbacks, and we are killing because
people want-
no budget,
Yeah.
no money. I have 2 bosses. No one else works there,
Really?
and it's killing because we play 90s and 2000s for people who like 90s and 2000s.
Well,
By the
everything's
way,
siloed now.
So I said 90s is now an oldies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how I knew we were
No,
fucked?
for real.
Fuck me.
Brutal.
The amount of music I used to listen to that is now classic rock is fucking.
Well, I'll tell you where it really hurts is when I was getting my bag at the airport and Soundgarden was playing, and I was like,
best.
oh no, it's luggage
elevator.
waiting music.
Yeah.
Oh no. This
man.
he's my favorite heroin addict, and now it's just me waiting for my
Was that
suitcase.
Chris Cornell?
Yeah.
Right? Have you heard the conspiracy theory about his death?
Well, with the choke jerk?
Huh?
Well, it was Big J. I can't speak on Big
Big J's
choke.
got a Shark Tank pitch for it.
He's got a Shark Tank
such
pit where
a
he
good
thinks
idea.
everyone that kills themselves actually is
David Carradine?
doing it. Yeah, autoerotic asphyxiation.
I mean, David Carradine just fucking was found with a belt around his
Well,
neck.
so but
How embarrassing.
Jay's whole point. There's a whole. You can look online. This
Is
a
it
deep
that
theory.
good? Does it feel that good to come without oxygen?
They say a lot of former opiate addicts do it.
Oh, that's
It's
how.
that kind of push off. But Jay's point is solid, where he said like the families, it would be easier to deal with them killing themselves than going like, yeah, he was jacking off naked with a belt around his neck. He fucking slipped or fell asleep.
Yeah.
Which one is worse? You know, like,
Dude, 100% that one.
Yeah, like he was sad.
Suicide, you're like,
But it's definitely an
did
accident.
he edge something in the wall or something instead of him
nobody's
going like,
walking all night for erotic
kissing the air,
asphyxiation,
dude,
Dan.
choke?
Fuck, dude.
And then you fucking find your dad with just dried cum on his leg. Like,
Yeah. Didn't even go that far, just dribbled out.
yeah.
man.
Just gave a last like,
Can't you find a partner for that though?
Wouldn't that's it?
spot me.
True.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna go. You go,
I'm gonna do you after you do me. I'm like,
You
you
got
got
it, Dan. Now. You got a big dog. Push,
it's like skydiving. You go,
As soon as you hear me finish, get the fuck
Yeah.
in here. Pull me out.
release, I'm coming. Release me.
A lot of people do it and don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
But the hanging from a thing.
most people
you
that do it and don't die.
Okay, it's a very
would
common
assume.
thing.
I think it's like riding a sports bike without a motorcycle.
Can't you hold your breath or no?
I think like most of the time you're gonna be all right, but that one time,
Without a
your
helmet.
brain's all over the highway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets away from you.
You're like cutting off
Really,
the
is the same
arteries,
as riding a
But why is
motorcycle.
it
It
when
gets
someone
away.
dies from it, you're like, I gotta try that.
Yeah,
Because
It's like
the same
it's
thing.
like the heroin. Same thing happens. When
That's
people
where they
overdose,
hot
everyone
pack it.
floods the block. Yeah, you're like, damn, that's got to be so good.
heroin dealers will like hot pack it with fentanyl, and then they die, and then all the junkies are like, "Damn, you got that
I
shit
gotta
that
try
kills
it.
you."
Is that once and for all? What is the sneakers hanging from the phone line? Is that I thought it was.
Cipha?
Anything?
Ever just looking at the?
I never knew.
I thought it was where someone
I
died
thought
from
it was
the
just
drugs.
shit you would do to bully people. Like you would take their shoes and just throw them up.
I thought you did it because that's where someone died of a drug overdose. So that's what the good
I'll
drugs.
tell you what, though. Usually
I
there
never
is
heard
some
that.
good food around there. You can find. It might be in a tough neighborhood.
They
You can
don't
find some
really
good
have
food.
it anymore. And I
It's
don't
also
see it
so
anymore.
hard to get
I
them
saw
up
it in
there. It's funny to
Williamsburg.
think drug dealers just like fuck.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
Just spending the day after they go.
Just like fuck. No,
You know, it's
let
funny.
me do
It's
it.
easy.
Let me
They're
do
like-
it.
They're talking to you. You go, it's funnier. It's easier to sell a quarter pound than do this. Fuck. I'd rather chop it up for a fucking hour.
I never knew. That's so crazy. I saw it my whole life. I'm like, why do they do this?
Yeah, that's what I heard it was.
It's those Richard Gere folklore things.
Yeah.
It's the same as don't flash your headlights.
It's peanut butter. It's dogs
don't
eating
flash your
peanut butter off your
Back then,
balls.
someone would
works.
just start. An enemy would start that, like his enemy, his nemesis. Maybe Nick Nolte started the rumor.
Ooh.
I'm saying.
Oh no.
possible.
Back then, you could start a rumor and just ruin someone's life.
Saint Germain's got a really funny bit about that, about how it's rumored to be Stallone. And Saint Germain says, like, I would have loved to have heard that phone call where he's like, he likes it up his ass. Yeah, dude. You can't spread a lie like that anymore.
It's also not possible. To
but that's
put
like
a
an old
gerbil
school
in
way
your
of
ass?
spreading a lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I think
Richard
we know.
Gere, call in.
You can't get a
I'll be
gerbil in your
honest, I
asshole.
never even thought about whether or not it was actually possible. until
I don't know.
this
They might
moment.
take
Like,
to the tunnel. They might hit the tunnel and just.
Yeah, it's like that episode Lemmy
Instinct.
Winks.
What?
I don't know. They
What, hamsters?
Yeah,
They go
maybe
to the
they
dog
see
man.
it.
I was wondering
It's
about-
like-
Don't they have nails?
Did you guys ever see Lemmy Winks, the South Park episode? Where Mr. Garrison tries to get fired for being gay. So he does crazy shit and he takes a tube and shoves it up Mr. Slave's ass, and then they put Lemmy Winks, the class gerbil, into his ass. It's very funny.
He didn't
Yeah, I
get
don't
fired?
know.
The whole point of the episode, yeah. Then Lemmy Winks crawls through it. The whole episode's Lemmy Winks getting through a gay man's body up through his mouth. It's fucking great.
Dude, the new Pandaverse thing, you've seen it?
I haven't watched. I watched
Dude.
Pandaverse. I haven't watched the
new.
Ozempic one.
Oh, me either.
Wait, better yet, have you been to the new Casa Bonita?
I saw you guys got to go. I am the most jealous ever.
I went to the old Casa Bonita.
Dude, I went
You know,
to
they
five.
had-
I went to 5
There
birthday
were two of them.
parties.
The other one was in my hometown.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
Yeah, there were two of them. There was one in Fort Worth where I'm from. Yeah.
Because I used to
Yeah.
go. I mean, probably
The food was-
legitimately 5 birthday parties when I was little.
Really?
At Casa Bonita.
Yeah.
Dude, it was awesome.
The food is
Tram,
like
Tram
as
Matt
bad
have put
everywhere.
so much money into that it is the food is phenomenal.
That's awesome.
And the experience, I didn't tell, it was me, Peter, Craig Fitzsimmons, right? And Kyle and our bus driver, Dewey. And we all went, and I didn't tell them what they were seeing. I didn't tell them what it was.
Dude,
And
how did you? I want to go so bad.
it was
How are the sopapillas?
fucking
The
amazing.
sopapillas
The
were
food
the
is
only
the
thing that
food.
was edible
The
there.
food
Food
they
used
say in
to
the back, the food was mediocre. They've stepped it up. Their executive chef
Mediocre
is,
is
so
such a
fucking
generous
good.
word for how bad that food
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But the sopapillas
are good. Yeah.
were awesome.
I went there like 5 years ago and it was like, I have a shirt. One room just smelled like vomit. Like it was just the most disgusting.
Wait, did you guys have cliff divers at the one?
Yeah,
in
we had
Fort
clipped.
Worth?
I don't remember, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I think yours was a bit more extravagant.
So,
Ours was in a mini mall.
I
right
was
in
a cliff
Denver.
diver for Casa Bonita.
Really?
Yeah, for Travel Channel. We went in, took our couple there, and then I was a cliff diver for it. And I was like, I don't remember what jump I did. I was like, I feel like I did a cannonball.
Yeah.
And I was like, that can't be right. It's like a fucking.
I mean, it's a drop,
it's
right?
a 25-foot jump. And then they were like, yeah, you did. And then the guy who did a cannonball. I went, I did do a cannonball because you splash everyone. But it's fucking wild and it's so good. And there's so many places. They've got a puppet show that's just got like dirty and wild. They've got it's like fun for everyone.
Is there only one of them?
There's only one right now, I think, and it's in.
Because it was going to shut down.
Where is it? Because I don't even know what
Denver.
this is.
And they invested like
I love Denver.
$20 million in it, I think.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like a thing where when that episode came out, anyone that grew up in Denver lost their shit. They're like, they're doing a fucking Casa Bonita episode. Because that was like the old school. You go to birthday parties there and it like kind of sucked, but it also kind of ruled.
Yeah.
You like kind of knew you were going to something shitty, but you're also like, this is fucking wild.
It's like the action park of Colorado.
Yeah,
kinda,
they had like the well that talks to you. You like drop it in and it's like under the water, like you're gonna have good luck. And you were little, like, what the fuck? It was awesome.
I sat next to the curly haired guy.
That's Matt Stone.
I sat next to Matt Stone
Love
on a
him.
plane, first class,
He's the
upgraded,
best.
excited, get my first cocktail. I think he might have gotten a cocktail. And he was like, so what do you do for a living? And I said, I'm a comedian. And he said, oh, I'm a comedy writer. And I was like, interesting. Bert was off to the races. Did not let him speak once. Told him the machine story. He was pretty enthralled. I said, yes, there was like a South Park remake of it online. And he was like, the guys from South Park did it? And I said, no, I think a guy did it. I don't know. Maybe it was like, but it's a South Park. You can see it. And I sent him a link and he was like, that's interesting. It is a South Park version of that machine that some fan did. I sent it to the fucking guy who created South Park.
He's like,
and never knew it was him until we got off and we're leaving. And they're like, dude, you really hit it off with fucking Matt Stone. And I was like, huh? Like South Park? And I went,
Wait, you didn't
that
know it was
his
him?
I had no
do
fucking
you know the
clue.
best story about them is
shit.
when they sold South Park? Because I'm obsessed with them. Trey Parker and
the
Matt
best.
Stone. Those are my guys.
They're the best.
They're from Colorado. They're fucking weirdos. They're also just the funniest. But there's a story that when they sold South Park, this is before the internet, no one knew what Trey and Matt looked like.
Yeah.
And this is like
this is
like
fucking brilliant.
yeah, this is like I don't know if this story's true.
It's
I
true.
just hope it is.
It's true. It has to
So
be.
there was like a Hollywood Hills porn / Hollywood party going on. And Trey Parker was in a group with this porn director who also did porn. And Trey was like, we're going to tell everyone at the party that you're Trey Parker. And I'm going to pretend to be the porn director. And they were like, okay. And then the party's going on and people started fucking in a room. And then the French porn director jumped in and everyone's like, this guy from South Park's like fucking all these porn stars. And Trey Parker was acting like a director and he's like, more fuck. He was like fake porn directing it. I think that's so funny.
That's hilarious.
Just like, dude, pretend you're me and then just plow that lady.
I like
I'm going
getting,
to pretend to be you.
getting made fun of can be like tough, but I got made fun of on South Park and I like
For real?
I
Really?
got
What
emotional.
episode?
I don't remember, but I was like, I've made it. Like it was,
Yeah,
everyone was
that's
like, "Oh, are you okay?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "That's what you
I
said."
wonder
to
if it
Mama.
was the PC principal one.
I don't. It was a while. I think it was when I had like a sitcom and everyone was kind of
Okay.
making fun of me. Yeah, I was like around that.
Those guys rule.
Yeah, they're the sickest. They're the fucking.
They also just like buy stuff in Colorado that's like going to go bankrupt, and they're like, "Nah, I grew up liking that. You're going to stick around."
That's cool.
Because they have crazy money.
What a great thing to do with your money. It's
Totally.
like your attitude the whole time.
Their attitude's always been awesome. My favorite thing about them is when they opened Book of Mormon. Well, they lost the Academy Award to Blame Canada, the Oscar. They lost it to Phil Collins, who wrote the song for Tarzan.
Yeah.
And so there's this.
It was like, and the Amy Mann was the other nominee.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
And so there was this interview of them on 60 Minutes when they opened Book of Mormon. And they were like, we had a legitimate fear that when we were going to open Book of Mormon, Phil Collins was going to come out with a musical and upstage us. And I think that's just so funny that like the South Park guys are in their heads about Phil Collins.
Their nemesis.
They're just like, dude, he's fucking coming for us.
Dude, that documentary they did is so cool.
6 Days to Air.
Love it.
I've watched it over 100 times.
That'd be a great roast battle. South Park versus Seth MacFarlane.
Well, they already got him.
Like no, but if they
did Cartoon Wars there.
No, if you did an actual roast battle, because those guys are so smart. Do you remember when Paul Brazil and Judd Apatow went out on it via emails, and the emails got leaked?
No.
Who and Judd?
Paul Brazil created that 70s show.
Right.
Judd had what I was doing movies or whatever, and they started. It was like a bust and balls thing, but it got really personal, and someone leaked them online, and they are fucking brilliant.
I'm gonna look that up the second I
Well,
get to
dude,
this
that
hotel room.
Scientology show, is he Scientologist?
No, don't worry about it. We'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up.
As
That's
soon
okay.
as
That's
I bring
okay.
up Scientology,
That's okay.
he's like,
It's just
"Cut."
audio, guys. The cameras went to black, right?
It's a black square.
They just went to black. Thank you guys for watching. Listen, the lights just went out in this place. We don't know how to control the electricity. We have one
Someone
show
trying
tonight.
to watch porn. And
You're
everyone
Googling porn.
By the way, this will get the most views with just the darkness. Did everyone have a good time on this tour?
Thank you so much, dude.
Oh,
This
the best,
tour
dude.
was
That's all that matters.
Fucking
Fucking
unbelievable.
magical.
I had such a fun time with all
It
you
was the
guys.
best time.
Magical.
This was the best fucking time of my life.
Thank you for having
And
us.
my daughters are pulling up.
Yes.
I'm gonna go for a jog.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna get fucking lit tonight, and then we close big tomorrow.
Fully
night.
loaded, baby.
Hell yeah.
Fully loaded, baby.
Fully loaded.
Baby.
Wait, fully loaded.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.